Okay, here we go. Broadcasting live, this is KMA Talk Radio. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. With your hosts, Honest Abe and Adam K. the Brewmeister. Listen to the show anywhere in the free world at KMATalkRadio.com.
I like to smoke them like some Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning, loyal listeners, libertarians, lovers of the leaf, everyone out there in Radio Land. Welcome to another exciting edition of KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live on this, the 21st day of September in the year of 2019. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Honest Abe.
Good morning.
And, of course, Paul, the producer.
Good morning, Adam.
Hi, Paul.
Chipper Adam, as I like to call you
I'm
today.
glad he's chipper because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you guys are complete opposites today.
Yeah.
I brought everybody coffee. Come on.
You are in rare form. Oh,
Yeah, well,
tell
that's-
him.
I don't know what you like.
Tell him, Tony.
Even a bottle of water would have been nice.
Trust me. In
bought
these
this
studios,
water.
water is hard to find.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't worry. When we build our new studios, we're going to have a full bar there.
Yeah, I'll get you some water.
Are you saying I need tone?
No,
You
I'm
need
just saying,
volume.
like, yeah, it's just not, yours is a little,
I'm not as normally
yeah,
sexy deep as I
yeah.
am.
I was just trying to make
Well,
necessary notes
Collins
and-
used to Abe
Adam-
being really loud.
Adam was
and-
pointing at me like I was on fire. Did you see all that flare?
Well, no, it's
Yeah.
like you and Tony were both off, so I was trying to get like, hey, are these two on? Is this going on? Do we have the right things going on here? Is something off? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm not hearing the right things in my headset, so that's what's going on. This is what's happening.
I want to know what.
Colin's already upset with you.
I
We
wanna
just
know-
started the show.
No, I've been upset since birth.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, Colin loves me.
Hashtag accurate.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what's in your cup this morning.
That's a dark roast of I'm not sure whatever they had on dark roast.
What's in the other cup?
Grande dark roast. That's water.
Adam,
Yeah.
do you think that he drinks this early in the morning?
I think he was drinking probably at 2 in the morning.
Well, that calls for a beer.
And usually when you wake up, it's just like natural.
Yeah, that would be weird.
What, waking up and drinking?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he actually just say that? Wow.
Yeah.
You've never woke up and had liquor in the morning?
No.
You
Never-
never in
you
your
never
coffee.
Get hair of the dog?
It's been a while.
So
But
then
you
it would-
have.
then it'd
Like
be
we're
yes,
talking
yeah.
about like college days to go to that level.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
None of those standard operating procedure events after the Great Smoke. I think we've drunk in the studio after we've been out all
Oh
night.
no, that's a different story. If we're having
I mean,
alcohol in the studio, that's a different
But he
story.
is
we're in the
being
studio
weird this
right
morning.
now.
Yeah, we're in the studio right now. Like, but if we have people in the studio, it's like, okay, guess what? We are
Do you
liquor
not
rep
see
in.
the hypocrisy in this, or am I just the only one?
Dude, he's really weird right now. This is the second week in a row that he's like
Jesus
this. He's
Christ.
chipper. He's not himself.
It's the cocaine.
No, there's no way he won't even smoke a
know.
CBD cigar. There's no way he puts cocaine in his body.
He won't put sugar in his body.
Yeah, oh yeah, he won't even put you up saying talk about CBD. He won't even have sugar.
Anyway, this exciting edition of KMA Talk Radio brought to you in part by our good friends over at the nice people at Warhawk.
What?
I don't know. It was the one thing I could think of the
Well,
one ad we currently have going on.
No,
that I
they're
could
not.
remember.
They're not running that at least for the banners anymore. They're
It's
running
okay.
Monte Cristo. It's about
Nobody keeps me-
refinement.
nobody
It's
keeps-
about me.
Nobody keeps me up to date on that. Anyway, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau this week was in the news for a high school yearbook photo of him wearing blackface during a re-election campaign.
Well, he wasn't. Yeah, it was in high school that he wore blackface. But he also said this week, it was kind of funny. They asked him how many times in his life had he worn blackface, and he said he couldn't say. He didn't know. Numerous times.
Paul, do you know how many times you've worn blackface in your life?
Paul, you've worn blackface.
I think I have on stage. So, but for a specific show.
Mhm.
But it's like if you're playing Othello,
Mhm.
you know. But I don't know actually. If I have, it's one time.
If you're playing Othello, is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, in the theater, it's okay. I think.
But it's if you're going to a party and dressing in blackface, that's where the problem
You're doing
really
it for
arrives.
a joke. If you're doing it for a party, I don't
mean,
know.
okay,
Shocked, I tell
Let's
you.
ask Abe. 'cause-
Okay, like Antonio Griezmann got in trouble for a couple of years ago for wearing blackface at a party for Halloween and had to apologize because he got posted on Instagram and everything else. So,
Well, I wore blackface,
really,
but not. One of the best Halloween costumes I had, which was a last minute put together because I wasn't going out.
wasn't going
I'm
out.
very
What
I
does
wasn't
that
going to go out
mean?
to celebrate Halloween. It was one of the years I was in college. Like, it's whatever mood. I wasn't going out. I didn't feel like getting dressed up, whatever. There was this huge.
So you were in
party.
college. You weren't married. I'm just trying to see the age.
What does being married have to do with it?
Because Paul's life decisions now are on the barometer of what's acceptable by his wife.
No.
Yes, you see, like there's
No,
nothing,
because-
there's nothing that I would have done then that I wouldn't do now.
Okay, go ahead. So what did you dress up as?
Well, I shouldn't say that because it probably is some things.
I'm sure there. Yeah.
But this wouldn't be one of them. Anyways, no, it wasn't like real blackface, but I did paint my face black. So what happened was I had two roommates. We lived in apartments, and we had just recently bought a toilet seat because our toilet seat had broken. So
Oh, no.
it was brand new in the wrapper. So I'm like, they ended up coaxing me to go out. So I took the toilet seat, I put it over my head. I got a bed sheet, punched a hole through it, threw it over my body. Got a wire clothes hanger rack, wrapped around my waist, poked it through the hole, made a little toilet paper roll hanger, painted my face black, and I went as a shithead. That was my Halloween costume.
So you weren't in blackface.
Well, I mean, it wasn't blackface as it would be used, but my face was painted black.
I don't think-
And stupidly, I used shoe polish.
Did it come off?
No.
Ooh, that's a recipe for trouble.
I'm sure that was a long
Going to
shower.
Going to class the next morning was slightly awkward. Slightly
In
awkward.
Chicago?
No, Indiana.
How long did it take to get that off?
There was a tint of brown there for like a week.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I wasn't planning on going. This was like a costume I concocted with what we had in the apartment, like in 5 minutes.
Oh my god! I would never put shoe polish near my face.
That was the only
That's
thing.
scary.
That was the only thing I had that would make my face brown.
But you
Gotta love drunken, just whatever, like last minute,
Right,
whatever it is.
literally.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I was the hit for the party. Oh, that's a problem. Okay.
Well,
I'll get it.
Okay. I figured you need to get that, but okay, that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, Tony Serino of Serino Cigars is going to be our Meet Your Maker for this segment for today. Tony, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And just in case you haven't noticed all the shenanigans that are going to go on, there's going to be a lot of them.
You must be really short on content to have me here today.
Not at all.
Yeah, giveaway.
If you want to know, everybody else is in Dortmund. That's the problem.
Okay.
No offense. But everybody else is...
we've had you on before, Tony. I mean,
Yes, come on.
I mean,
It's all fun.
the brand is a brand out there that we know and love, and we want to talk about it because I know some things are going on, and I know that like from the last time that we saw you, Carson has kind of really
Yeah.
stepped up in the company, right?
Yeah,
Your son.
Carson takes care of all the premium cigars. You know, I'm the...
I was just out of the room for 10 seconds. We're already talking about cigars. What happened?
Yeah. Well, we figured
What
it'd
a
be a while,
what a
so we.
transition.
I introduced Tony of
What a transition.
Serino Cigars. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was telling him that you must be low on content to have me here today.
Wow. Well, listen.
Wow.
With all due respect, our producer does suck.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you know.
okay.
Well, Adam said everybody's in Dortmund.
Yeah. Why are you not in Dortmund? I'd be in Dortmund right now.
Well, my personal life is crazy this year.
Did you go before? Do you normally go?
I've been once before, but
So, well, you go to the trade show, though.
yeah,
All right.
I'm at the trade
You
show.
just don't
yeah.
care to go to Dortmund.
No, I'm going to
That'd
go.
be like the one I'd rather go
I'll
to.
go next year.
Yeah.
I'll go next year.
Well, you do sell
And-
internationally too.
And
then.
there's this new one in China that I'm going to go to.
Oh,
Really?
that's the one I keep
Yeah.
hearing about.
I
Like
know.
everybody keeps telling me, like over the last
And
2
I
years,
keep
like
sending
China's the biggest growing market
Right.
for a lot of these small market guys too.
The smaller manufacturers.
Yes.
How old is it in China? I didn't even hear about this one.
2 years.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, like everybody keeps talking about China.
That's
China's
a-
been like the next thing that's been coming
That's a
that
long
no one really
flight.
wants to talk about.
That's
is
a
the
real
big
long
thing.
flight.
So-
Why do they not want to talk about it? They're the next big thing in every market. So
But the
the
problem is,
jewelry
like,
industry relies on the Chinese.
nobody's
market.
sure where it's actually going to go and how to actually get into, and there's all this red tape, if I'm not mistaken, to try to get into China.
Yeah,
If you could explain that.
Yeah, they sent me an email to fill out an application
Mm-hmm.
to.
You need to apply to go to China?
Well, to
they
get
sent
into
an
your cigars
application
into
for an
China.
exhibit.
Mm.
Yeah, they sent an application to set up an exhibit. I
Okay.
sent them an email back. They never emailed me back.
Are you going as a manufacturer or as a distributor
No,
or both? Or
Yeah, as a manufacturer.
As a manufacturer, okay.
Because they have, like, with the European market, with Dortmund, it's all of the distribution is done through the distributors of various distributors through all of Europe.
Right.
And you have to have an association with one of those distributors. And that's the same thing with China, if I'm not mistaken.
But all my partners are there because they speak 4 and 5 and 6 languages, and I only speak English.
And you can just sit there and nod and go, yes, okay, that sounds great.
I'm sure in that business, a lot of them will speak English anyway, though, to be honest. And a lot of Chinese businessmen all speak English, to be honest.
I can't get DirecTV to speak English.
Yeah, well.
I'm serious.
Deal with people in mainland China. Most of them speak English.
You go over to China.
Okay, hold on, I have this. Wait, why can't you get DirecTV to speak English?
Because nobody answers the phone in the service and speaks English. You ever try it?
They're all in India.
I got a hold of somebody last week.
It's like Russian roulette. It's like, hello, you can call DirecTV. Hang up, try again. Hello, DirecTV. Hang up, try again. You just can't get somebody that speaks English. And I'm not insulted. I can't understand what they're saying. I can't have a dialogue with them. I'm like, what? I even told the woman, I said, look, I'm having a real bad connection. Can you just slow down?
So you were nice?
I was trying to be as long as I could. It wasn't easy.
How long did that work out for you?
I'm telling
2 minutes.
I'm telling you, I'm 47 years old. DirecTV, in my whole 47 years of experience, without a doubt and undoubtedly, has the worst. The absolute worst.
Have you dealt with Comcast? Comcast is way worse.
I don't know, man. DirecTV just seems
I gotta
worse.
agree with Paul on this one.
You don't have DirecTV.
I don't, but
I got both.
I
deal
with DirecTV for the company, and I deal with Comcast for the company, right?
What issues do you have with Comcast outside of the one major issue we had last month?
With any random store being out for the internet,
that's service.
That's service.
I'm not talking about the actual product.
No.
I'm talking about when you got to call in with an issue and then have a dialogue with somebody.
To remind you of last March when DirecTV cut off our service because they decided to audit all of our account and decided we were a different type of account than they actually were. Then I had to call in and deal with all of them, and then have to redo and reset structure all of our.
Did you get somebody who spoke English?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
They're
already the head of the game.
Yeah.
I spoke to India, Mexico, because I would ask them. I said, "Where are you at?" Because they're never anywhere in the U.S.
They're not really supposed to tell you away either, but they do. Yeah.
They do.
Oh, not to mention, I had to call them again a week ago because they had not structured it correctly the way I had set it up in March, and we were missing a new channel for one of the stores, and I got someone in. Problem is I got someone who couldn't hear me. She hung up on me. Then I called back, got someone in the correct department, and fixed the thing right away. It was great. No problem.
You just make me more and more fascinated the more
Are we
going
to go through this every week with you?
No, but he's just shot out of a cannon. The reason why DirecTV is so bad now is because AT&T bought them, and now it's all AT&T's service.
They were bad before.
But they're worse now,
well,
DirecTV.
They were bad before. They're awful.
But you know who's great with service? The Serino Cigar Company. I've heard. I mean, just
nice transition.
It is nice to call there and get somebody on the phone, though. I mean, I got in touch with Carson right away, so
he complains because no one will return his call.
Yeah.
Well, that's hard to get Carson on the phone. Maybe when he sees my number, he just doesn't.
Yeah, I think that might be it because he texted me right away.
True. But yeah, Paul complains because when he tries to book people, no one will return his call.
And sometimes I have to get Abe to get involved, and he'll be like, Paul told me he texted you 16 times, called you 3 times, sent you 2 emails, you didn't answer. No, Abe, I didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. But for him, they answer right away.
I still just don't get this text thing. I'm old school.
Text?
Yeah.
Oh, I was texting you before. I'm sorry.
I mean I do, but I just don't understand why people don't want to talk to each other anymore. It's all
because
about...
This just opened up
This is a diatribe we can go on.
I need a little more volume. I can't hear myself.
Abe Soapbox Alert.
So I was one of the main proponents against texting. Like, why would you text? Just call. Same boat, right? Oh my God, texting's like the greatest thing ever. Because one is there's just certain people you don't want to talk to. You don't want to have the conversation with. I don't want to stop and have an 8-hour conversation with Rex Snyder, right?
Okay.
Right?
Come on.
He's laughing because he even knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, so there's
I
good and
love the
bad.
guy. I love the guy, but if I see my phone ring and I'm in my office, I know that's a minimum 40-minute conversation.
Okay.
Okay? So it's easy just not to answer the phone and say, hey, what do you need? And answer his question via text. Texting's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
It's great
Which,
when you don't want to sit and talk to
I
somebody.
have a
Which
nice
is pretty much I don't
sidebar.
want to talk to most people. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a nice sidebar. One day I was in Abe's office. His phone went off. It said, "Do not answer." I asked him, how many people
I got about
do you
5 or 6.
have in there that are on that,
I'm
that's just listed as that?
I'm surprised my number doesn't say that.
I got about maybe, I don't know, I got to look, maybe by 8 now, but I got like 8 numbers.
I'm surprised it's not 20.
That are stored through the history of time of don't answer. You know, 'cause you got to be really bad to be saved as don't answer. And you say, well, why'd you save it don't answer? You know who it is. You know how many times your phone's left somewhere and it rings and a friend picks up and goes, oh, yeah, hello. Yeah, it's Abe's
Oh,
phone.
Abe's right there.
Right. So now it just says don't answer. So no matter who that is, oh, I guess I won't answer that phone.
Do not touch the phone.
Right, the phone tells them don't answer.
touch it. Tony, if somebody texts you, do you immediately call them back? Are you one of those guys?
No, I'll text back, but if it's something important, I'll call him right away.
You know who never wants to text
Who?
is Vinny from Del Rey.
Really? I text him all the time.
Dude,
But he knows I don't want to talk to him.
well,
either.
I tell him, I'm like, I have no time to talk to you on the phone for 20 minutes about who you might help us with on the show. I said during the middle of the workday, I said, if you text me and say, this guy's interested, it's so much easier for me to just be like, absolutely that guy, no to that guy.
Well, that's another reason why I
You
like
know.
texting. Half the time I'm texting, I'm talking on the phone to somebody else at the same time.
Right, you can get more, and I'm doing that at work.
I'm
I'm
doing
usually
that-
on the
I'm
phone
doing
with
that
a
all
team.
day.
And he's also sitting in a meeting while on the phone and texting someone and sitting in a meeting.
truth.
Yeah.
Well, usually.
I'll be having a meeting.
and sending an email.
I'll be having a meeting. I was on 2 phones the other day. I was on 2 phones at the same time in a meeting and then writing notes. But yeah, that's why I like
No,
texting.
that's constant life.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Just saying. Been dealing with it for a while.
He's on fire.
He really is.
He's on fire.
I'm sorry if I'm saying that he's a little bit more eccentric than he really is. Tell me on the Facebook comments. But if you think that Adam
Did you hit your head against something recently?
why do you ask that?
No? Do I have
Because
a
you know how
bruise?
sometimes when you have head trauma, it changes your personality?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe he had his head trauma. And
This-
shook-
'cause
I
this
hit
is-
my knee when I got in the studio this morning. I got a bruise going on right
Now
here.
that calls for a beer.
Yeah, exactly. Was there leftover bourbon in the
No,
locker?
there was not, unfortunately. That
'Cause
would be nice.
I thought maybe we had some leftover bourbon from
There
the last time
hasn't
Juan
been for
Cancel
at
was
least
here.
like 3 months, okay? So just get over that.
we were
as well as
we were
I
supposed
do
to have
that you will
your
be
buddy
drunk
from
tonight.
Whistle Pig.
Oh, come on!
And he canceled yesterday. He's going to reschedule, but he was supposed to come in next week. I thought you were going to be all excited.
They've got the 18-year coming out. Oh my God, you're gonna love it. It's amazing.
Anybody see the post this week about the Democrat that wants to tax meat producers so people would stop eating meat?
No.
You know, it's really a little depressing. Jeff from Corona shared this post because,
Of course he did.
well, yeah, of course, but
How has he not started like on the offsite of the farm where he just raising cattle on the part where he's not through?
I think he does got cows.
Okay.
I think he's had cows or does have
Does
cows.
I don't know.
I think so.
Okay.
I would believe that he has some
I don't know.
form of
All I ever see is him
livestock.
posting photos of the tobacco
No,
seeds
I
and
think
the
he's
planting
got
and everything.
livestock.
But
I think he's got some livestock.
yeah.
But I can't remember what show I was watching, but it was maybe about a year ago, or a little less than a year ago. But I saw one of these hopeful Democratic nominees. I'm like, and I might have only caught 6 minutes, 5-6 minutes of it. But I'm like, oh my God, here's the first Democratic candidate that I just listened to for 5 minutes, and I don't think is batshit crazy, right? And
But
then this is
then-
the guy who comes out with this now. He wants to this Dem Yang wants to tax.
Wait, Andrew Yang or?
The Democratic Andrew Yang. Sorry.
Oh, Andrew Yang, the former tech.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
CEO.
Yes.
Yada yada. Who wants to give everyone $1,000 every month?
Well, listen to me. I just told you the snippet when I caught it. It seemed that way, but obviously there's been a lot of things now, over that time. It's just like the rest of them.
The best part was the first time he got asked about. So you want to give $1,000 to every person every month? How are you going to do that? And he's like, I'm sorry, what? Literally, that was his response in the debate. It was amazing.
Yeah, he faked me out really good for 5 minutes, and then every time I see another comment, it's like, what?
I wouldn't say no to $1,000 a month, but,
But
you know,
he doesn't have a plan of how to make it happen.
A month.
it's not my
A
problem.
month, not like a one-time,
Yeah.
economy,
Yeah.
boost or whatever. It's a month.
Yeah, let's just give every person in America $1,000 a month.
It's going to come out of AOC's account.
What account? What money? Where does she have money from? All the crazies, I guess. That donate.
Are you kidding me?
I'm just glad we haven't heard from her in a while. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she's been quiet lately.
She has been, but the others in her group, what do they call that group? The
posse?
pack?
The posse?
The
squad. The squad. The squad. Sorry.
A couple of them have been noisy in the last couple of weeks.
Somebody must have neutered her.
Maybe her family was like, all right, let's slow it down a little bit here.
I doubt she'd listen.
No, it'd probably be one of the advisors she's got is like, listen, you are getting looked at as someone who is a nut job. Cut it out.
That worked perfectly for Trump.
I think it came out as, hey, everybody's starting to realize you're a nut job. Cut it out.
Yeah. Also true.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This has been an entire 360 kind of a show. This is KMA Talk Radio. We're broadcasting live in West Palm Beach, Florida.
I can't wait to talk about these
I know. We are here with
Tony
Serino of Serino Cigars. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more with Tony. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Experience the new Henry Clay Warhawk, a robust and complex cigar that's inspired by the rebellious roots of Henry Clay. The first of a 3-part series honoring the life of the great statesman, this cigar is made with the best tobaccos grown and hand-rolled by the Grupo de Maestros at La Flor de Copan in Honduras. And it's not your typical Connecticut. This is a Henry Clay. Stand up, be different, and smoke a Warhawk. Surgeon General warning, cigar smoking can cause cancer to the mouth and throat even if you do not inhale.
Hello, this is Glenn Case, owner of Christoph Cigars. Smoking a cigar is all part of the experience. For me, there's nothing better than gathering with friends after an amazing steak dinner and smoking my GC Signature Series paired with a fine glass of scotch. Good conversation and a few laughs is always better when smoking Christoph. Start enriching your downtime. Go to Christoph.com and click on the Discover Your Christoph tab to find the Christoph cigars that are right for you. Upgrade your downtime with Christoph.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
The recently released Perdomo double-aged 12-year vintage is an extremely rare blend of Perdomo's finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. Bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged in bourbon barrels for an additional 2 years, these exquisite Nicaraguan tobaccos are bursting with rich, complex flavors. Offered in Connecticut, sun-grown, or Maduro, available at only 250 authorized tobacconists worldwide, the Perdomo double-aged 12-year vintage is a must-have for every cigar enthusiast.
Hey, this is Clay from La Polina Cigar Company. My likes and dislikes: long walks in the park, old school gangster films, wrestling grizzly bears with Abe. Dislikes: smelly feet, flight attendants with an attitude, and Friday afternoon traffic. What I know you will like is the La Polina family of fine cigars, such as Mr. Sam, Bronze Label, and our highly rated Classic Series. But let's not forget the limited edition Goldie. Quality forever. La Polina Cigars.
Plasencia Cigars has been one of the world's leading growers of first-class tobacco since 1865. Today, Nestor Plasencia Sr., together with the 5th generation of the Plasencia family, continue the legacy. With over 3,000 acres of quality tobacco fields, they are makers of quality cigars, including Alma Fuerte, ranked among the top 10 cigars in major publications. Find them in your local premium tobacconist stores around the country. Plasencia Cigars, perfected for more than 150 years. Yours to enjoy now.
Looking for something unique and awesome? Smoke Oscar Valderas cigars. 2012 Connecticut, 2012 Corojo, 2012 Maduro, the Oscar Habano, the Oscar Maduro, My Way, and our latest creation, Oscar Valderas Cicerone Edition. A great cigar that comes in 5 different collectible boxes with an amazing exclusive artwork. Remember, Oscar has something unique and awesome waiting for you. Ask for Oscar Cigars in your favorite cigar shop.
Keep the party going all week long at the world-famous Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach. Every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, enjoy $3 premium drinks from the bar till midnight. Magnum Mondays means $100 magnums of Belvedere and Moët Brut until midnight. Get your thrills every $10 Tuesday with $10 dances all day and night. Ladies, don't miss Women Crush Wednesdays with half off your cover charge. No matter the time of day, it's always a good time at Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Sounds like my ringtone's gonna go off when Abe calls me.
That's what your ringtone is?
Yeah, that's another story.
A lot of people go, why is my camera looking at me crooked?
I don't think you're crooked on your camera,
Really?
no.
'Cause it looks crooked as hell. Because Chris Daniels wants to know what's in this box.
Well, we're going to get to that.
We are going to get to that, yeah. This is KMA Talk Radio. Welcome back. I'm Adam K., the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Mr. Honest Abe.
Good
Paul,
morning.
the producer.
Morning.
Colin's in the booth. What's up, Colin?
Yeah.
Thank you. And
Has he ever acknowledged Colin in an introduction?
Yeah, not in an
on
introduction.
occasion, like, he and I had just talked previously, so I wanted
Oh,
to...
so you bonded now?
Yeah. Colin and I go
They're
way
like-
back more than you and I go back.
I know, but that doesn't mean you bond.
They're as close as Adam can be to a human being, I think.
Really?
I think so.
Do you go to Whole Foods bar too?
No, I don't want to go out.
Okay.
Do you ever hang out with Adam?
No, never.
Do you want to?
Say it again.
Do you want to?
Let me get back to you.
Oh my God, that sounded so needy on the air. Do you want to hang out?
I was
Colin, will you hang out with me?
No, well, I was more concerned about Colin than myself.
And then he slammed you back like, no.
Let me get back to you.
Yeah, that's like no.
Comedic effect.
Yes.
That's messed up,
Yes.
though. I'm not going to lie.
We're on
Dude,
point.
he just said he doesn't hang out with anybody.
Mhm.
You want me to make the exception for Adam?
I think he does. Colin's a social guy,
Well,
I
that
think.
calls for a beer.
So he's calling you a liar there, Colin.
No, I'm just I'm pretty much what my description is in the About Me page.
Oh, yeah.
The epitome of an anomaly wrapped inside an enigma, engulfed by a conundrum.
Okay. It's like I had that memorized.
No, I know you didn't.
He's probably never read it before.
It was a way to get people to go to the website.
I didn't know we had a bio page.
Yes, we do. Yes,
You're first.
We just redid it like a month ago.
I gotta read mine now. I'm curious.
I'm so surprised by Colin turning down Adam.
I'm not. Adam scares me.
I don't have time, man.
He's a busy guy.
I don't have time.
I was trying to reach out and be friendly, you know?
After this, I have to go to 3 more jobs.
He was so desperate, too. He was like, do you want to?
I can't wait till we have the new studio and Colin's actually sitting in a room with us.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Yes.
And he'll be
full
mic'd, full mic'd. And
Full bar, mic'd in. Yeah.
Well, that calls for a beer.
Colin wants it worked into his contract that he has an Uber take him back and forth.
We can get you back to Boynton. That's about as far as I
I'll
can.
type to the Boynton. That's cool.
Yeah, we'll get you back to Boynton.
Yeah,
Show
we can do
Boynton.
that.
We'll drive you back and forth.
Yeah.
That's a good
Done.
20-minute sobering up ride.
Actually, Adam can just drive me.
Yeah, when are we going to release the renderings of...
We already kind of teased
He
them
showed some.
earlier. But, yeah, it's full go. We got architects finishing up the work, and we're going to be done before the end of this year. I'm pretty much confident.
By the way,
can't
that reminds me, Paul, we need to have a chance to talk. We need to talk on Monday.
Yes,
about...
he knows. I talked to him at the
Okay,
meeting
good.
that you weren't at.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We took
He
care of
knows.
it.
Okay,
We got to figure out some equipment and stuff. But
We're
yeah,
going to have to talk.
gonna be underway. And you know what is right around the corner from our studio?
The adult store?
Yeah, that's it.
I know that's
That
it.
too.
There's a nice barbecue place like
That too.
a couple blocks down the street.
Serino Cigars.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, which brings us to what we consider to be our favorite part of the show.
I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell.
It's time to meet your maker.
This week, KMA Talk Radio is pleased to welcome Tony Serino of Serino Cigars. Founded in 2016 and focusing on quality over quantity, Serino Cigars are blended by world-renowned Cuban master blender Omar Gonzalez Almen. And that is like the shortest intro you've ever given me, Paul.
Sorry. You
Just
don't have
throwing
to
that out
reading
there.
the last 4 or 5 he hasn't read, so I was like, I guess I won't give him a paragraph. Maybe he
That's
doesn't like
funny.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there that, like, if you're going to do something, do it right.
that. Oh, here we go.
Thank you. Tony. Thanks for being here.
But now, Tony, you've been in the business a lot longer.
Longer than 2016, and that really doesn't explain exactly what you do because you really are in a mass market business rather than the premium cigar business.
Well, both.
Well, he's in both. That's
Right.
where he started.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us how you got into the cigar business?
I got into the cigar business as a hobby.
Now,
how old were you this time?
Did you just feel like I have money to burn, so I just need to throw all my money away?
No, I moved to Florida in the 70s.
From where?
From Boston.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
Well, I was born.
No, it was fun. The 70s was the 70s. Then on the strip. In
I missed
Fort Lauderdale.
I missed it.
You missed the best time.
Now, what were the 70s in Fort Lauderdale like?
Yeah, you never hear people say that, actually. The 70s in Fort Lauderdale.
Wall woman, just wet T-shirt.
How old were you at this time?
21 years
old.
old.
So you love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was living right on the beach.
So what brought you to Florida? What brought you to Florida?
What brought me to Florida? I got in a really bad motorcycle accident, so I came here to recuperate.
Really?
Yeah. And then I never went back home.
So you're 21 years old. You're living in Fort Lauderdale. You've got life by the balls, and you don't even know it.
And a bunch of money because I got run over by a drunk motorcycle. I was on a motorcycle, got drunk. Run over by a drunk cop.
A cop?
A cop?
Yeah, a Boston cop.
Wow.
So I came.
And he was on duty?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't on, he was just coming off duty, but,
right.
But still. And I couldn't walk for 2 years.
Oh, my God.
In those days, the surgery was prehistoric. I have, my whole legs of steel.
People we don't realize because I've had cornea transplants. My mother had cornea transplants. In our lifetime, there was still like a lot of like really like old medical stuff.
Right.
Like my mom's transplants was like she literally had to have a packed bag, wait for 2 years because they had to have a call like, oh, we got some donors, come to the hospital. She wasn't allowed to travel. Then she went to the hospital. It was like 2 weeks in the hospital. 8 weeks of like major rehabilitation recovery. Like, when I went and did mine, it was like making a dinner reservation. Is the 19th at 2 p.m. good for you? Yeah, that'd be great. Walked in, outpatient, went home, went to work, went to the doctor the next day, went to work the next day. I mean, it's like in our lifetime, surgeries have come a long way.
Do you have a card when you go to the airport now that says that you have steel in your body? Like
no,
you don't need that.
Really?
No. But
No.
I have all the other cards. The
Because
TSA,
Paul thinks
entry.
that's cool. He wants that.
No,
Yeah,
my father has both his hips replaced, and he has the card literally saying, like, here you go, here's my card, let me through the thing.
Paul wants to feel like Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'm metal in my body. So weird. So you're in Fort Lauderdale, and you're recovering. At some point, I imagine you get better. And what do you start doing?
Went into the video business. Opened up a video rental store.
Like
at that time,
porn video or regular videos? Or a little bit of both.
Well, at that time there wasn't real. The video recorder was just coming out.
Right.
So nobody even knew what it was. There
wasn't even VHS. Are we talking like pre-VHS or right on the verge?
Right on the verge. There was Betamax.
Okay, so this is right when Betamax.
Yeah, I remember Betamax.
Oh yeah,
I had a couple Betamaxes.
Yeah, and I came down kind of a little bit like a gangster, and I was on Federal Highway in between.
Were you selling videos or renting videos?
Well, actually, what we were doing is going over to Coral Ridge Cinema and with a camera
Black
at
market
night, and we were copying
Look
them.
at you.
Oh wow!
And we were selling them 2 weeks before they came out pre-release for $75 a piece.
Statute of limitations is over. He's good to go.
Wow.
He's good to go.
I've never actually met somebody that does the business.
There was no copyright law at that time for videos.
The MPAA didn't really go
But I ended up
after
with
that.
5,000 customers.
Holy cow!
And made $1 million the first year I was here.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Going into the movie theaters. Wow, $1 million. Wow.
And did that for the next 10 years.
Jeez.
Why are you still working?
But because I had no education and I blew it all on women.
Well,
I really thought I had.
There's a good answer.
I play some music. I played the guitar. I played the piano. I thought I was Elvis Presley. And every girl I met, I bought them a Corvette. And
how many times
had 8 girls living with me.
How many times
I had
have you been
3
divorced?
houses.
How many times have you been divorced? I'm only guessing. Like, I don't know. I just want to make sure our fans.
I've only been
know the
divorced
answer.
once.
Oh, once?
One time.
Oh, that's not too shabby.
So then you're lucky. All right.
That's not, that means you just spent it while you were with them.
Oh, I spent it. I just gave it away.
You didn't have women taking it. You were just spending it.
No, I was giving it to them.
Yeah.
I thought I was a rock star.
Oh my
I had 2 cigarette boats. I had my own twin-engine plane. I would take girls to the Bahamas.
Where were you when I moved to Florida in '98?
Oh man, your life could have been much different in the beginning.
I was 26 and single. You would have been my best friend.
I have one question. Has anyone offered or given you the options on the rights to your life story yet? Because I think we can sell this.
Well, there's a lot that goes with it, that's for sure.
I think I've got a major motion picture I can sell to Michael Bay.
I feel like I'm watching an episode of The Deuce.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. I wanted to bring that up like 10 minutes ago. Yes.
Yeah, at that time, I had a cigarette boat. I had no idea how to drive it. They didn't even have the RANs then, no GPS. Tried to go to the Bahamas.
No!
And ran out
That's
of gas.
how people die.
Oh, yeah, I know. They ran out of gas. My boat sank.
Wait, how many people were on the boat with you?
2 other people.
Oh, my God.
That's it?
And the only thing we had was something floated up from the bottom. It was the...
It sank because the water just kept splashing in from the...
yeah. Well, we ran out of gas. Once you run out of gas, the water
keeps coming in.
The water just...
Yeah.
A wave just flips you.
Oh,
and you're in a tiny cigarette boat.
And
like
we have no idea where we are.
In the middle of the ocean.
And
we were in the Bermuda Triangle.
And
my God.
And I'm going to guess you didn't have life jackets on.
No, it went down too fast. But a big engine hatch cover
Tony,
floated up.
just so we're clear, you're supposed to put them on before you
Yeah,
get on the boat.
I know.
I just want you to know.
But were they on the boat to begin with is the real question.
I think
okay.
every boat comes with them somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere,
No, we grabbed them, but
okay.
they were the cheap ones.
So how did you
wait,
last time?
wait, hold on. Sidebar. One question I have to ask.
Oh, my God.
How drunk were you when this happened?
Well, we sobered up really quickly to hit the water. And we were in the water for 24 hours.
Oh, my God.
24
Get the
hours.
hell out.
Hold on
All of us hanging
Overnight.
on. Overnight. Oh, yeah. Overnight.
Just floating in the middle of the ocean.
From the middle
That would freak
from the Bahamas,
the fuck out of me out.
We ended up in Jupiter. Now, right at Jupiter, then the current would have taken the next place because that's the only.
Yeah, there's a
about
current
a mile offshore, and then you see if you look at the map of Florida, then there's a big curve,
right?
And then so the next place we would have got picked up would have been South Carolina.
And that would have been days.
Yeah,
You would have made it.
Days, yeah. So a fishing boat. They saw us. We saw them for a long time, but they didn't see us.
That's like Gilligan's Island.
All 3 people holding on to I don't know, it had to be like about 4 feet by 3 feet engine hatch cover. Made out of foam.
God.
But by that time, by the end, and after 24 hours, it was waterlogged, and so it was down about a foot, so it was just our head sticking out of the water.
My God.
And we're just kicking and praying.
I gotta believe you just figured you're gonna die.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, our eyes were burnt. It was August. Our hair was burnt. Our eyes were burnt from the salt water. We couldn't see anymore, just burning.
Oh, my God.
It was horrible. But I lived. But I lived. That's what the motorcycle accident. People they said I wasn't going to live, and then the boat accident. They said I wasn't going to live, but I'm still here.
Wow.
I'm still here.
Well, so now after the boat, you get back.
Have you been on a boat since?
After you almost died.
Yeah, right. I bought another one.
I knew I knew he would have.
And I took it to Lake Tahoe, and I sank that one there too.
Oh,
Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, I lived in.
That's so Italian
I lived
of
in
you.
Lake Tahoe for 1 year, and that was actually before I came to Florida.
So you have sunk 2 boats in your lifetime.
Yeah.
What?
That's an accomplishment.
I won't drive one again. I'm done.
Okay,
That's
all
an
right. As long as
accomplishment.
you're done now.
Do you own a boat now?
No.
Okay. Well,
No
because some
more.
people will own it and have somebody drive it for them.
Yeah.
Would you even go out in the ocean on a boat?
Not on a small one.
Yeah.
No.
Like, how big are we talking? Like Carnival Cruise Line level? Like, that's when you'll go?
No, I would go out
Like a
on- I would
60-foot
go out on
Grady White?
60,
Yeah.
60,
I
80
won't.
foot boat.
I won't go out on a boat that's not like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
further than I could see land.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's not worth
What do you mean it's not weird?
That's
What's weird about it? If I go, listen to me, even though I probably won't make it, if we go down, I just want to know which way to swim. I know you're not going to make it anyway, but at least there's hope, right? When you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you don't know which way you're going, you don't know if you're going to paddle further or near or whatever.
Well, the only way you can tell that, you have to wait till nighttime.
Because then you see the light.
The lights,
at
the glow.
nighttime, the swells go 30 feet tall.
Oh, and you
so
can
when you get
see-
to the top of the swell,
you can see which way.
You can see the light, and then you say,
Wow.
and it makes you feel a little better.
Right?
Just
I'm not
because
crazy.
just because there's some light.
Even though you think you're going to die,
Yeah.
at least you know.
you saw some light.
I'm telling
You know, at least you see some light.
Listen to me. Thank you.
Yep,
Because-
that's the right sound
Because
effect.
that's always been a theory in my head until right now. Now I know it's fact.
Yeah, you have to wait till night because you don't know where you're going until the night.
I always believe that would be somewhat comforting if I go down just to know which direction land was in.
Yeah, just need to have a seat jack,
Life vest.
a life vest.
Yeah. At least the water wasn't
even
cold.
some
The water
water.
wasn't cold, right?
So you.
No, the water.
Yeah, at least the water
We had
wasn't
nothing
cold.
to drink.
So
we had nothing to eat.
Gosh.
Yeah, but
We
he
weren't
beat
prepared.
death twice before he was 25 years old. So then when you get back, you've been a millionaire before, you lost it, you did this, you did that.
Yeah.
What do you do when you get back after your second bout with death?
Well, I still had 5 video stores, and I franchised 100 of them. So
Okay.
I still had money coming in.
Now at this point, they're like VHS rental stores.
Yeah.
Right. So you were like early Blockbuster.
Yeah, and then I got hired by Blockbuster. I was Wayne's assistant for 12 years.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wayne's assistant for 12 years. As in Wayne Huizinga, former owner of...
No, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
I don't know if the
Impressive.
people, like the current people, don't know that Wayne Huizinga owned
I think
Blockbuster.
everybody knows that.
I didn't know that.
Really?
See?
Yeah, I didn't know who Wayne was.
Wayne Huizinga...
I worked for Blockbuster too,
You
by
didn't
the way.
know Wayne it's local too. You don't know.
Yeah,
I
like,
was up in Long Island.
He started the Marlins till he sold them. He owned the Dolphins for a while. Yeah, he's
Started
like
Blockbuster.
had money in waste management for South Florida.
No, he started Waste Management.
Exactly, started waste management South Florida. So
Then-
like,
and then he started Republic Industries.
and like was the Blockbuster guy, and like
And
what
the-
kind of a
the
Is that
Panthers,
how
Florida
you
Panthers.
is that how you met Wayne Huizinga? Did he
Yeah.
see your stores and say, "Oh, this is genius. We need to do this"?
He didn't exactly. He hired the vice president of franchising from McDonald's, and that person knew me.
Oh,
And
okay.
then he got me.
So I just
involved.
want to get this straight.
Oh my God.
I knew
I just
that.
want to get the reality of the situation that I'm in right now. I'm sitting next to the guy who basically caused Blockbuster to happen.
I was one of them.
You were the
There
inspiration.
was a lot.
No,
There
but you
was
were
a
the
lot.
but
Yes.
the model business
Yes.
that you had at the time was what they were looking at. That was the inspiration for Blockbuster.
Well, I did. You bought a movie and then you returned it for $10.
I mean, they tweaked it, but
They
they look at your
tweaked it, yeah.
video
They
store.
tweaked it.
They look at your video store. They say, "Hey, this is something we." All right, the show's over.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. This,
Keep it lit, folks. We're done with it.
yep. No idea what to do from here on out.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
How did we not talk about any of this the last time you were on the show?
I think we talked a little.
No,
I don't know.
No way.
We did not
any
get
of this.
We did not get into in this depth of this. We did not talk about the boat incident,
Yeah,
which, by
not
the
at
way,
all. Yeah.
Not
has
at all.
blown my mind. And not to
You
mention,
weren't even on the show when he was here last
no,
time, were you?
I don't think he was.
I didn't think I was, but you said it's been within the last 3 years, so I must have been.
Who
here.
said that?
You did.
Oh,
No,
I'm just
no.
guessing, stab in the dark.
But anyway, I want to get back to what was it like working with a guy like Wayne Huizinga, a billionaire guy who developed all of these different brands, created Blockbuster, which became this giant global thing, and then failed. Obviously, you were out beyond that, but what kind of a guy was he?
No, he was a hard worker. He was at the office at 7:00 every morning. He went and looked and hired the best people you could find, and he demanded the most out of everyone. And he had just had a great team.
Well, that's usually good. Great people who have to surround themselves by a good team.
Just a really great team, and he opened up lots and lots of businesses, security businesses, he had the helicopter business that would go down and pick up the money.
Like he had an
from
ice
the
rink.
bank.
He had an ice rink here in West Palm somewhere, even where the guys were playing hockey. I remember.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot what it was
Well,
called.
he owned the Panthers.
Yeah, I was gonna say he owned the Panthers for a while too. Yeah.
And I was a part of all of that. I was part of his. His go
his
guy.
team.
Go do this.
Yeah,
go
his
do
team,
that.
yeah.
Go do this.
Right.
Go do that.
You were his his inner circle.
Yeah.
Consigliere, if you
Yeah.
will.
Well, no, I wasn't
Such an
an advisor.
Italian.
He would
Listen to
tell
this
me
guy.
what to do, and I would go do what he told me to do.
It's called a soldier, Paul.
Sorry.
Yeah, I
It's
was
called
a
a
soldier.
soldier.
I was a soldier.
But he was like a capo because he was an upper level soldier. He got to speak directly to the don.
But whatever
Paul
job he
Flex's-
gave me, I got it done. I got it done fast.
And that's why you stuck around.
Right. Because
So how
that's
long were you with
that's
him
how
for?
I brought up. I was brought up with my family business. My dad didn't believe in school. All he believed in was hard work.
What was the business?
I love this guy already.
My father manufactured frozen foods.
Okay.
Italian frozen foods, and he believed that. Yeah, that's why he had 5 kids. So they
Labor.
Yeah. He needed labor.
I say
That's why
that
this guy's got fireworks.
and then those 5 kids, he had to bring in 5 friends. Okay.
I love this guy.
And
I
we
would've
would
loved your dad.
we would start at 6 in the morning, and then go to school, then come back,
Jeez.
and then work till 7. And
Yeah, school just got in
when
the
I
way.
actually got in that motorcycle accident, I was happy.
Because you got a break.
Because I got to leave Boston.
Wow.
My dad's in the hospital telling the surgeon, well, when
Can
can
he
you go
work?
back to work?
I love this guy.
He looks at him like he's crazy. He says, he might never walk again.
I love this guy.
But can he help us pack the frozen foods?
Right.
Can we put him in a chair and let him get some
He
tape?
can build a desk down to 32 inches. He can work off.
That's not
of
a problem.
Right, yeah. I love this
So
guy.
just a lot of hard work. No real. If I had a little bit of, a little more schooling, it would have really helped me out
Of course.
a lot.
Mhm.
But my schooling was just hard knocks. And I took it as it came.
So how long?
Made some mistakes, up and downs, but I'm doing okay. I'm 67 years old, and
God bless.
Absolutely.
So how long were you with Heising and his organization?
From the beginning until he retired. They retired in 1992. They sold out to Sumner Redstone, who I also worked for when I was like 15 years old. He was Sumner Redstone owned Viacom.
Yep.
And Paramount Pictures, all the movie studios, all the drive-in theaters.
You've been affiliated
most
with some of the biggest organizations in American business.
And I'm going to smoke his cigar today.
and even Richard Branson. Richard
hell out.
Branson was partners with Wayne. They opened up Blockbuster Music. So I flew to England.
That's right.
Got to do a hot air balloon ride with him.
Did he jump out or something? Something ridiculous?
No, but he did do a lot of crazy promotions.
I got to see him
with,
speak recently. He's a lunatic. He said that his people would go insane when he would come up with these stupid stunt ideas, and he'd be like,
all
"I don't,"
kinds of stunts.
and he'd just say, "I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If I die, you know what
Yeah.
to do with the business."
All kinds of stunts.
He used to say that all the
All
time.
kinds of stunts. When Virgin Atlantic Airline got the route to Boston, he had people take Virgin Atlantic socks and put them on every parking meter in Boston.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, he got in a lot of trouble for it.
Oh, yeah.
but he didn't care. It was news.
Right.
It was news.
Right.
That's what he did.
It was news.
That's like
They-
Matt Booth putting
Yeah.
his signs in the urinals
Yeah.
at the IPCPR
Yeah, sure it is.
on a smaller scale.
Yeah,
But I met a lot of exciting people. in
I
my
would
life.
say so.
Well, so what did you? So you
And
worked?
in Sumner Redstone, he had the first drive-in movie theater, and it happened to be in Dedham, Massachusetts. Sumner Redstone lived in Newton, Massachusetts, and 15 years old, I was making popcorn and doing stuff at that drive-in theater. I met him probably 20 years later, 10 years, 18 years later, when he became partners with Wayne, and he ended up selling out to Sumner Redstone, Wayne did,
Okay.
in 1992.
Jeez.
And I'm in an elevator, and I said, I don't know if you remember me, but I told him the street and the drive, and he said he couldn't believe it. He says, I said, I worked for you when I was 15.
So, how do you go from this to now you're in mass market cigars?
Yeah.
Well,
Where is this transition?
Well,
Yeah.
when Wayne retired, everybody he got into AutoNation, and AutoNation he
Cars.
had some problems there. because they were trying to sell used cars, and there's no. CarMax does a good job. Took them a long time, but there's really no money in used cars. The money is in new cars because it's all in warranty work.
Right.
If you don't have warranty, you don't make any.
They're
money.
making money on service.
So he hired all of the.
Oh yeah, big difference.
He hired all of the best auto people, and they took over, and now Auto Nation is full of just all new cars.
Right.
And not the used ones.
And that still doesn't tell me how you got into mass market.
Well, that
or cigars in general.
I mean,
because
the stories are awesome.
Because next he drove in the presidential motorcade.
Right.
No.
Or have you met a president yet? We can go to that.
No, once he retired, then I found myself out of a job. And that's kind of when that cigar boom. I just
97,
missed
96.
It.
Or
Yeah,
too late.
I started.
Now, were you a cigar smoker?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Oh, well, okay. Before we get into that, when did you get into starting to smoke cigars, or who was the first person that introduced you to cigars?
Well, so some of the guys in Blockbuster smoked cigars, and they gave me some of those.
I feel like
fake
Wayne
Cuban
was,
cigars, okay?
if I'm not mistaken,
none of them even drew.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
But after that, somebody came up to me and they said, "Listen, you're not doing anything. This cigars is a big boom. Why don't we go fly to the Dominican Republic?" And at that time, I had money saved up. I was doing good. I did really good with Blockbuster. I
would imagine, yeah.
I did good, and I saved a lot of money. So
This is before you give it all away, or you saved it after you already given it away once?
This is later in life.
Well, I gave it away all
throughout
the time,
life.
throughout my life.
Now, but
I'm still giving it away.
Geez, I wish I had done you
still
that.
giving it away.
Hey, what are you doing after the show?
I still have 3 kids that I'm paying for.
I got a couple of good investment ideas if you want to get more stuff away.
I still have 3 kids and a wife that spend more money than I make.
Oh, my God. God bless you.
I don't know. And
So you go to the DR.
yeah.
Are you single at this time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you're having fun in the DR,
Yeah,
too.
and I don't speak Spanish.
No, you don't need to. You just got to say hola.
Yeah.
Hola.
So I brought a couple of people with
My
me.
personal one is Donde está el baño?
There you go. Yeah, that's one
very
you
good.
need.
Very good to know.
And
Donde está
I
la
just got
cerveza,
lucky.
por favor?
I got lucky. I met somebody, and we became partners.
You met just a cigar roller? A factory?
Yeah,
or who?
a small factory.
Is there anyone that we would know or no?
No.
No. Okay.
No, nobody would
So,
know.
so you met him and what? You told him to start making us cigars. I'm going to go back to the States
Yeah.
and sell them.
Yeah, and I lost money for 3 years. I opened up a retail store.
You are persistent.
Yeah.
You opened a retail
Yeah,
store.
I had a retail
Oh yeah, that was
store.
your first mistake.
That was down
I know.
here?
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
And then I took the next bay next to it and started selling wholesale.
You were selling wholesale to consumers?
I was selling cigars.
Or
to
wholesale
somebody- I was selling cigars to some crazy guy that has a biz opportunity where he would place humidors in stores.
Outside accounts.
Outside accounts.
Right. So he was your biggest customer.
And I was making the cigars for him.
Okay.
But then he got arrested because
Oh, no.
he got arrested because those biz op guys, they're all con artists.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then I started getting, I was in marketing with Blockbuster. I did a lot of marketing,
Right.
and I knew some of the best marketing people in the country, and but it was different when you had to use your money and not Wayne's money.
Right.
Yeah. And I said, well, gee, I did all this with Blockbuster. I can do this.
Yeah.
But it's different.
You
when
didn't know what the bottom line was.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But after 3 years, it started becoming profitable.
On the
and,
retail level or the wholesale level?
it was a combination of both.
Both. So
It was a combination.
overall, now you're starting to get in the black.
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing okay now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing.
No, now. I know. I'm
Yeah.
talking about 3 years
Oh,
after you started.
Yeah.
You just started to edge into the black.
Just persistent.
Okay.
Yeah. I just was persistent.
So, but what made you now go to say, hey, now I'm just going to start becoming a wholesaler? And then eventually you start making your own lines.
Well, that's over the course of 25 years.
Yeah, well, the show's only 2 hours, so I'm trying to.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get us.
yeah.
I'm trying to get along the timeline.
We've only got an hour and 7 minutes left.
You have amazing stories, and we could probably do this for 5 hours.
No, over the course of the years, I started meeting people.
Who was the most influential person you met that was the cause for your move and adjustment growth that helped, that basically either inspired you, helped you?
Well, we started bringing in a lot of cigars for Thompson.
Oh, Thompson Cigars. Mm-hmm. You were bringing in house brands for them.
Yeah. The first thing that I did was I got an import license.
Okay.
So I was an importer.
Who gave you that idea? Or you had to do that for your own?
I just figured everything out myself.
Really?
School of hard knocks.
Right.
I figured out what I had to do. I was now.
Become an importer.
Going out the door. Yeah. I had to start.
Yeah.
I had to start.
Well, Thompson's is a big connect. How did you meet them? Because a lot of times it's hard to even get a meeting with somebody over there.
Well, just through people in the Dominican and just going up and.
I mean, just to say, give an idea, it's impossible to get a meeting with that man right there.
It's not impossible.
It's
difficult.
It's very difficult. Listen, I'm told to make it difficult. I make it difficult for anybody to get a meeting with that man right there. If anybody ever asks, he's never in the office. So that's what I'm saying. To get in the offices of Thompson's.
I was really good at making catalogs. I worked in the art department with a lot of graphic artists. I was really good with direct mail. That's what I had to do. One of my jobs for Blockbuster was to get 5,000 people to a grand opening in a Blockbuster store. And they opened almost 3 stores a day.
Wow.
They ended up with 4,000 stores. That was my main goal, was grand openings. I was in charge of grand openings.
And that's just corporate stores, not franchise stores.
It was easy because all you had to do was mass market.
Regionally, in a little area.
3 mile radius.
There's enough people.
And it's not like cigars. 100% of the people
watch movies. Yes.
It's not like cigars. It's very hard to market cigars because you're trying to market to 1 or 2% of the population.
A sliver, yeah.
But if you're marketing to somebody that eats food or has gas, it's easy. Because any kind of marketing is going to hit them.
Yep.
Okay.
And especially early on, everybody wanted to rent movies.
And that's why I had a hard time with cigars, because I couldn't figure out how to capture that small percentage of people.
Right. You were used to going after the mass market, and all of those people could be potential customers.
Okay. Just before we have 2 minutes.
But I did know how to do catalogs, and I was mass mailing catalogs to everybody at ridiculously cheap prices. I was just bringing cigars in and making pennies, which I'm still making pennies, but now.
A lot more
cigars. Yeah, I'm selling 1.5 million cigars a month every month now for the last 10 years.
So we have
are you selling directly?
Wait, hold on. We have 2 minutes before the break.
We don't have to take a hard break. Why are you freaking out, dude?
It's been a long.
It's 57. I'm in the middle of a question. You want to stop me for a non-hard break?
Carry on.
Awkward.
Well, I'll just sit here quality.
Is that? I'll let you know when you can take a break. Is that 1 million cigars a month? Is that to end consumers or is that wholesale?
Wholesale, just wholesale.
So, and you're selling to who? The big internet people?
Yeah, I do private label for everybody.
Okay, so you
all the bundle business.
Okay, so you now do you do the complete packaging?
Everything.
So you'll deliver a finished product with bands and whatever.
And right to their door.
Right to their door. Now
importing, pay the taxes, make the cigars.
Do they come to you with a brand name and a concept, or do you do development of that?
You sell them all in your stores.
No, I know. I know, but I just don't know the concept. If you're doing concept fulfillment, are they coming to you? Hey, Tony, I need a new brand. Make me a new brand.
No, they come up with the brand.
So they come up and they the name, they do the art, and they just
they
ship you the bands.
I make the bands.
Oh, so you do make the bands?
Yeah,
so you're doing some production.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I make all the bands. I do everything. They just give me the artwork, and we do the barcoding. We do everything.
Really?
The packaging, the shipping, palletizing.
Now you're outsourcing the bands, I'm guessing, or you guys make your own bands too?
No. But now we used to use
Action.
Yeah. But it was just costing us too much for shipping.
Right.
So we found some good factories in the DR.
Yeah.
And it's really cheap.
Yeah.
Good and good quality.
There's some in the DR. There's some in Honduras. Yeah, absolutely.
Good quality.
So now we had an interesting discussion about the mass market products when Coop and when Craig was here 2 weeks ago, about how there's been an overwhelming loss of just exporting from Nicaragua, the Dominican, in the last couple of months. Have you seen that on your end? Because he was Coop was saying that the mass market guys aren't seeing as much intake or don't have to want get anything as much in. Have you noticed a
downturn?
a downturn in the importing of cigars?
Because Coop was saying that people have possibly over-ordered, right?
Yes.
No. Well, and not in my business. In
No.
my business, the customers that I have, they're on a waiting list. I'm always back ordered. I can't get enough.
That's a good business to be in.
Wow,
Right there.
I'd love to be in that business.
Yeah, I can't. We're trying to make more and more and more every day.
Now, at this point, I'm assuming you have your own factory or no?
I'm partners with 3 factories.
You for real partner or like early day Rocky Patel partner?
50-50?
Yeah, no, partners with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it all?
You always bring that up.
Because in this industry, it's so common to say I'm a partner in a factory. I mean, it's a common expression over the years.
But you said instead of just hanging
gave
a banner
a guy
today.
Yeah.
Well, I control all the money.
Well, then you are the partner.
You're the partner.
I have all the money,
So-
and they want to keep the money in the United States.
Okay.
And they take their money when they need money. They call me, and I give it to them.
So, I forgot where I was going. You interrupted me with my.
Well, he's a real partner. He's in 3 factories.
You got partners in factories. You're making cigars down there. I don't know. Forgot my question. Good time for a break right now.
All right, I was about to say, with that, it's time to take a short break. When we get back, more with Tony from Serino Cigars. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Dan Blunt here for Alec Bradley Cigars. You ever plunk down hard-earned cash for a cigar? You're hoping you just bought yourself a nice drive-through taste town, only to discover you're in the slow lane with a clunker. That sucks. Say goodbye to bad rides. Test drive an Alec Bradley cigar today. At Alec Bradley, they get it. Whether we're talking about life or cigars, it's all about the ride.
Fuel your soul and experience inspiration with the Aging Room Quattro series by Rafael Nadal. More than just a master blender, but the inspired composer of 4 boutique masterpieces for the sophisticated palate of an aficionado. The Aging Room Quattro series are a perfect chord of flavor and aroma, and are born from the best tobaccos, aged under the expertise of one of the greatest names in cigar making. Truly the perfect notes for a genuine cigar smoking experience. Aging Room Quattro series, a quartet of excellence.
Hoya de Nicaragua proudly announces the release of Quattro Cinco Reserva Especial, a carefully modified recipe containing a unique and exceptional selection of barrel-aged grade A fillers and a beautiful silky shade-grown Habano wrapper. From the legendary Jalapa Valley, produced in small quantities, this exceptional medium to full-bodied cigar will continue to captivate consumers with its rich Nicaraguan complexity, subtle woody and sweet flavors, and a velvety finish. Try a Quattro Cinco Reserva Especial today.
CLE Cigar Company presents CLE Cigars, Aroa Cigars, and Asylum Cigars. With 4 generations and over 120 years of experience in tobacco. From seed to smoke, these cigars are produced in Honduras and Nicaragua, with the utmost care and precision possible. CLE Cigar Company introduces a vast array of tobaccos in various sizes to bring the highest quality of premium tobacco direct for your enjoyment. Visit clecigars.com for more information.
Since their humble beginnings in 1998, Drew Estate has believed that the production floor is the crossroads between art and passion, and where the real magic takes place. Drew Estate Master Blender Willie Herrera has crafted a unique medium-bodied line extension that is creamy, lush, and ultra-smooth, and finished off with a flawless shade wrapper that delivers satisfaction in spades. Continuing the story from their factory floor, it is with great bravado that the Drew Estate presents Under Crown Shade. A true Drew experience.
For hundreds of years, the indigenous people of the Dominican Republic took tobacco and rolled it tightly into palm leaves. These long cylinders of tobacco, called yawa, created different, unique, robust flavors and aromas, and that original Andullo tobacco is now for the first time featured in La Aurora Dominican DNA. Full-bodied, robust, spicy, and elegant, La Aurora Dominican DNA is a return to the roots of Dominican cigar making that only La Aurora can provide. Enjoy the very DNA of the Dominican cigar industry. Look to the lion, La Aurora Cigars. We are Dominican defined.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers. From the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
Ventura Cigar Company is a boutique cigar brand born in sunny Southern California. Ventura Cigar Company is on a mission to create memorable, complex cigar blends that excite the senses and reward discriminating palates. Experience the Cigar Aficionado number 13 Cigar of the Year, the Archetype Axis Mundi. Rise up, step up, look up, fire up, and leave compromise behind with Ventura Cigar Company. Check them out online at venturacigar.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live on this is the wrong date, Paul. It's the 21st, not the 14th.
Oh, come on, Paul.
Who says the date anyway?
Come
we
on,
play these
Paul.
and repeat. You don't have to say the date.
Here on KMA Talk Radio, I'm Adam K. The Brewmeister. With me, of course, Mr. Honest Abe.
Hello.
Paul, the not knowing the date producer.
It's right on the rest of the sheets,
right,
I think.
Yeah, it wasn't the other
And
sheet.
you are listening to one of the probably most surprising episodes
I know,
of KMA
right?
history.
So, before we went to break, we've been talking here with Tony Serino of Serino Cigars
I just gotta
about...
mention Ronnie Hesh's comment here, because I love it. It's like gangster hiding out in the cigar business. He says,
There's a lot of gangsters hiding out in the cigar business.
He says your life story is going to be on e-biography, so...
Listen, I still want to talk about, getting the rights to possibly making a film or something. See what we can do.
I have a lot more that we can put in there, too.
Oh, boy.
now that the statute of limitations is over.
Oh, boy. So, anyway, before we went to break, if you missed any part of the first hour, you really should go back and listen to it. And if you don't, you're going to miss out on a lot. But anyway, we talked about how you'd worked for Blockbuster and Wayne Huizenga, and during the break I'd asked you, do you have a great Wayne Huizenga story? Because he was one of these interesting guys who created all these companies, owned the Dolphins, the Panthers, the Marlins, and was a big guy in South Florida, where we are now.
Very big.
Absolutely. And so I asked you during the break, do you have a good Wayne Huizenga story? Because I wanted to preface that, because a lot of times I ask people that question, they're like, you got to give me a couple minutes to think about it. And you're like, oh, I got a good one. I'm like, well, can you tell it on the radio? And you're like, yeah, so please.
This is deja vu. Let the man talk. We just had this conversation 5 minutes ago. I got to listen to it again.
I didn't tell it to the listeners.
They didn't need to hear it. Just tell them what
did.
So you have a great story. Go ahead.
Thank you, Paul. Well, how come he doesn't get the nose rub?
I don't know. Because I text him and tell him to shut up.
The ringer's off.
I did special odd jobs for him. And Wayne was the type of person that used to like to give away gifts and mementos and anything when he had a milestone, he would like to show it off and give it to all the shareholders as a public company.
Okay.
So in 1992, when he handed the company over to Sumner Redstone, he wanted a gold bar with the Blockbuster logo on it, with all the milestones on the back.
Wow.
And he
like a real gold bar.
And he 14 karat plated. He wanted gold, but then it cost too much, so we got 14 karat gold plated. But he wanted all this done in 2 or 3 weeks.
Sounds
and it had to be
sounds about right.
And it had to be molded, and so I hired this company to get it and to make it, and I don't know, they were somewhere in the Midwest, and they made it in pewter. I got it in a couple of days. I showed it to him. He says, well, it's beautiful.
Not gold.
But he said, not gold. I said, it takes 2 or 3, it takes 6 weeks to get it gold plated. He said, be creative. He says, if you value your job, you will get this done.
Wow.
Do you value your job? You'll get this done.
I need to try this with some of my staff.
Be creative. He said, I don't care. I want this to give to all the shareholders at the end of my career with Blockbuster. So I said, all right. I said, I need your jet. So he gave me the Dolphin jet.
I need your jet.
I said, I need your jet.
You're going to pay for it, buddy.
And he said, well, check FedEx first. So I checked FedEx first.
FedEx for what?
Because the only way we could do this was and he said, I don't. He said, I don't care if I have to buy the factory. He says, I'll buy the factory.
Oh my God!
He said, be creative. I don't care how much this costs.
Oh wow!
He says, I want these. When he wants something,
That's it.
he wants
Doesn't matter.
it. It doesn't matter. I want to give this to the shareholders, and I want it in a velvet bag, and I want it boxed and gift wrapped. And there was only 2,500 of them.
Wow.
Okay, and it was he gave them out at Parker Playhouse, right? In Fort Lauderdale.
Wait, hold on. We have to go back.
So
you
anyways,
said I need the jet.
Yeah. So they had them done in the Midwest. They got them done, and I said, I don't care how much it costs. You just have to get it done. You got the sample done. It's perfect. He says, now I need to get them gold plated, and that was in Rhode Island.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so
you flew them on the jet.
Yeah, we went.
Oh my! I love this.
We went and picked it up in the Midwest. Met the guys there. I asked him. I said, "Can I bring a friend of mine? I don't want to go all by myself." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Do what you want." I said, "Fill it up with food. Fill it up with liquor." And he said, "Let the guys have a party.
Get it done.
Just get it done." Okay, so it's just me and I think I took my brother. I might have taken a girlfriend. I'm not sure. We might have taken a couple of girls.
I'm pretty sure you probably took a couple of girlfriends.
We took a couple of girls. Yeah.
You got the Dolphin Jet. There's a couple of girls you brought with you.
Would you like to go on
and
the
we have
jet?
food and champagne.
Chicago and Rhode Island.
We had everything. Yeah. So we flew to the Midwest. We picked them up. They met us at the airport. Then we flew to Rhode Island, and the people that did the gold plating, they met us at the airport. They undid them. We just stayed there till they were done.
You waited at the airport for them.
He's got a plane full of women and booze.
Yeah.
And God knows what else. What, do you think he's got a problem waiting at the airport?
And each person and each company, we invited them on the jet, and we all drank and ate together.
Great.
And then we flew back, and I got them done in 2 weeks.
I'm gonna place a very strong bet here that you're a member of the Mile High Club.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
But that was before the Dolphin Jet.
Hold on. This is the 353rd episode of KMA Talk Radio.
Oh my God!
I think this is the first time we brought up the Mile High Club.
Well, we didn't have a reason.
Also true, but
Tony give us a good reason.
Yeah, you have a good point. Yes,
it is not 11:45.
It's 11:11.
Yeah, it's 11:11.
Oh, okay, I was looking at the wrong 4 digits. Okay, I was gonna say, man, that 2 hours just flew by. Holy cow.
So you were a hero then at this point because you got them done, but he knew. Obviously, he knew you'd be the one.
Did you get one?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, I would love to see it one day.
Yeah.
I'd love to. You need to text me so we can post it on social media.
Yeah, we would love to see it.
You need to text me a
I
picture.
can show you a book that he gave when the book he wrote. I have all that all signed.
But I want to see this product that you flew all over the country and did in 2 weeks. I want to see this.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
That is a legendary piece of
history.
Someplace.
I have it in storage someplace.
Okay.
You mean it's not sitting on your desk at home, like right?
No, well, that's another thing another mistake I made later on in life. While everybody's downsizing,
right? I
decided to build a 5,000 square foot house on an acre and a half with only just me and my wife left, and that's I've been going through hell for the last 2 years.
So you're still building it?
Yeah, and all my stuff has been in storage for 2 years, and
you're just a glutton for punishment.
I know it's terrible. I learned my lesson this time.
You learned really?
Are you sure?
So. Are you sure?
I don't know.
It's 7 years. Come on. Holy cow!
And everybody's downsizing. I said, no, I want a big house. I had a 7,500 square foot house when I was working for Blockbuster in Parkland, and I loved that house. And then when I met my second wife, we got a 3,000 square foot house. And I always dreamed of my big house. I wanted that house back.
Right.
I had 5 acres. I had horses. That's where I raised my kids. And I just wanted to go out with a big house.
I don't blame you.
And I designed it.
The way you want it.
Yeah, the way I want it.
Good for you.
I have a recording studio.
You just do it for music.
Yeah,
you
for
do music.
Yeah,
Good for you.
And I have a lot of friends that are
I would like to be at the house party, the opening house party.
Absolutely.
I'm inviting. I'm
self-inviting.
Yes,
I'll definitely.
We'll broadcast from it. It's an event.
No shame. I'm self-inviting myself.
I can make that.
So hope.
Hello, he talks. Look who woke up all of a sudden.
Now Colin's available to hang out. Apparently.
So I've actually kind of put my business has been on like autopilot. Thank God I hire good people and.
Good. You don't need to work that hard anymore. Why should you?
Well, the business isn't growing, but it's stable.
Listen to me.
But it's stable.
Is your son not working with you now?
Yeah, he doesn't. But he grew up with that different era, not with the real hard work.
Well, you should have been a little bit more like your father.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
I hear my father's voice all the time when I talk to my kids. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Granted, I'm way more sensitive and a little more compassionate than my dad was, but I hear him all the time come through my mouth. And I'm sure there's other people when we're out in public, because sometimes I got to be careful, especially today because everybody's such a snowflake. But when they hear me talk to my kids, I'm like, oh, someone's calling DFS on me one day. I know someone's gonna call Child Protective Services one day if someone publicly hears me talk to my kids.
I don't know. I mean, I guess there's probably a little bit of Tony that said he thought his childhood was a little bit. It was hard. He was hard working. He was always struggling.
It is hard.
He didn't want his kids to grow up with that.
No, but you got to balance.
Yeah,
you got to balance.
They went to the best schools, and he's well educated, well spoken.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I told my dad. Not your problem. You made your money. Spend your money. Enjoy it. He'll figure it out.
Yeah,
that's what I told my dad. Because that era of that generation, man, they just didn't know how to treat themselves, right? My dad, never got himself a new car.
Right.
I mean, even now, till today, I don't think he ever bought himself a new car. It's just inconceivable. You're not gonna buy it.
During a snowstorm in Boston, my father would be putting in a cider motor. And he had tons of money.
Yeah, I mean,
he'd put brakes, he'd jack the car, but put his own brakes in.
Till this day, I'm not kidding you. My dad was just here, I don't know what, a few months ago. Till this day, I won't go shopping with my dad to the grocery store. It's too brutal. He drives me nuts. Why wait, lemons? How much are those lemons? You could have gone down. I'm not going to drive 30 minutes to take 5 cents on lemons, man. I mean, leave me alone. And especially when I was single, it's worse because you need one. I'm single. I was never home. One roll of paper towels would last me 2 months.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So I'd go buy one. Why are you buying that? That one's 30 cents. Really? I mean, it's like when you factor in the extra 30 cents over the two. It's not like I'm buying 4 cases of paper towels. I got 8 kids in the house.
Right.
I'm buying one. Drives me nuts, but they're from that mentality. And it really wasn't until my father found out he had a tumor in his kidney and freaked him out. And now since that, he travels all over the world.
Enjoys himself.
He's still
a little
frugal.
bit.
He's still wasting money, but he's enjoying life, right? But it's that generation. They don't like.
How old is your dad?
74.
Okay.
75 maybe. 75 turning this year, next year. But it's just that generation. They don't like to treat themselves good, right? So
it wasn't a thing, right? I mean.
Spend your money, man.
Yeah, they wanted to save it all.
Yeah, they wanted to save it.
Yeah, and
he
thought he was going to live forever.
My dad still lives in the same house from 42 years ago.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you something.
Have seen it.
I'm going to tell you something. They've probably rebuilt the inside 5 times.
Right. My dad's house was built in the 1800s.
Wow. Yeah. They probably rebuilt the inside 5 or 6 times, right? But same house. He just refuses. Why do we need your house? You and your brother are gone. Well, we don't need a new house. So I told him.
Where we live.
I said, listen, I've got it figured out. My brother's got it figured out. Spend it all. Don't worry about it, man. Spend every dime you got. Go have fun. And he's doing it. So God bless him. I'm happy for him. But so
my son came up with the idea to start making some
premium cigars to sell.
Yes,
which is what the question I was going to get into next. If we got through this is. What is your overall opinion on the current state of the cigar industry after someone...
I don't want to get into that. Let's talk about cigars.
Yeah, how he got into it.
Yeah, because we just segued into it. Let's talk about the cigars, and then I want to talk because he, unlike many people, is the full gamut, right?
Yes.
He's making cigars in factories, he's importing cigars, he's distributing cigars, and he's got his own premium brand, so I really want to hear what he has to say about that.
Right.
But let's talk about the brands.
So let's talk about
Let's talk about the premium brand.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get into premium branded cigars.
Well, I never had much experience getting into the brick and mortar stores with the premium cigars. That was all new to me. So, I hired my son to
What gave you the idea to start doing that?
I didn't want to do it. It was my son's idea.
Okay.
Now, how much leg pulling did he do with you, or how much selling to you did he have to do with that?
Honestly, I would have been fine without it. Okay.
Yeah,
but this is the
much
glamorous.
better off.
But this is the
Right.
glamorous. Look at
The glamorous.
This is the glamorous part of the business.
And that's the only way I could get him to come on board. I wanted him to. I needed
How many
somebody
kids do you
to
have?
take. I needed somebody to take over the company.
Right. How many kids do you have?
I have 2 daughters and Carson.
Okay, so and the daughters are married, family, mothers?
No,
or?
nobody. I have a 26-year-old that still lives with me.
She's a baby.
Doing good.
She's still young, yeah.
But she's doing very good. She sells insurance. I have another daughter.
Would you like to sell her off to a single eligible radio
Don't
show
do
person?
it, Tony.
I have another beautiful daughter. She lives in Dallas.
He didn't even acknowledge
She's a real
the question.
estate
Wow.
agent.
Yeah. No.
Good way to go.
Wow.
Way to go.
Smart man.
And then Carson now is
Denied.
living in Georgia.
Carson's
But,
living in Georgia?
Yeah, he's been living there.
Who's running the company?
Well, that he travels. He does a lot of traveling.
Really?
No, I run the company.
I guess.
I'm the one that runs
well,
the
you
company.
said you wanted somebody to take over.
I know. Well, that's what I'm trying to get him to do. He has to make up his mind.
Right.
You know, you need to make up your mind. If you're going to run the company, you need to run it from Florida.
Yeah.
So,
So
we're going through that now.
So he talks you into getting into premium brands, right? Which is now a new thing because now you got to talk to retailers.
And I spend all this money, and I spend all this time flying around. And
well, it's
this
better
and
than giving it
that.
to the women.
Yeah. But that was like the women. I'm giving my money away to this, you know.
Or on crashing more boats.
More on promotions and marketing and this and that instead of my own nice little business where people I can't make enough cigars to sell. People call me. I don't even have to. I don't even have to sell them.
You don't have to chase nobody.
They're calling me, begging me. So
how long?
I mean, I'm selling containers,
Wow.
not pallets, containers, containers at a time, and I can't get them fast enough. And then my son breaks me into this business, and takes my whole mind off my business, and this is the hardest stuff to sell. Okay, you're knocking on
the
doors.
hardest stuff to sell.
You're knocking on doors. I don't have enough shelf space. I don't want to see everything in the book. It's not
completely
easy.
the opposite of what you're doing.
It's completely the opposite.
How long have you been making your own premium cigar lines?
That was with my son, 2016.
All right, so a few years now. This is an A. I know Chris Daniels was watching and asking me. This comes in a coffin box. I kind of opened it, but this is made in Esteli, Nicaragua.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Look at this big boy.
Now, can you acknowledge which factory is making this for? Is this one of the ones you have a stake in? Or
No, I don't have a stake in that, but
La Corona Cigars.
La Corona.
Oh, okay. I didn't even look at the bottom of the box. So there you go.
But that cigar was made 2012.
Really?
Only 3,000 of them.
Well, now I don't know. I want to smoke it now.
Yeah, I have about 1,000 left.
So, how many lines?
That's awesome.
How many premium lines do you have?
Well, we have.
Because that I know we talked about, so you can refresh my memory. I can't on the last time.
I have them all
He's
here.
got a portfolio.
I have them all here, and
let's take a look.
It's just so. It's so hard on me because we get such good ratings.
You got
such
some
good
90 and
publicity.
91 ratings.
Yeah, look at all the magazines. Look at all the
Should
covers.
I hide the name of the? No. Here.
It's okay.
It's that one
Look at all
magazine that
the
everyone's
ratings.
familiar with. It's been out since 1995. Yeah.
You got. I mean, you really got. Here's another. Here's another 91 rating.
A lot. Jeez.
Okay, one of my favorite.
That's hard to get too.
One of my favorite covers. Another 91 rating.
Oh, classic Michael Jordan. Nice to see. Yeah.
All right.
McConaughey.
I love high school girls. I get older, they stay the same age.
They stay the same age.
Yes.
You got a joint? Be a lot cooler if you did.
So
lots of 90s, lots of 91s, but it's just hard to get into the door. It's really hard.
Do you have a traditional sales force on the road? I take your question.
Yep.
Sorry.
You and I are on the same page in the question.
We've been working on it, and
have you been using independent reps or at all, or no?
Well, yeah, but they, what happens is.
Well, do you have one in Florida? Because I'm going to tell you, no one's ever stopped by my shop trying to sell me.
I know.
Okay.
I know. It's very hard. Florida's very hard.
Florida's extremely hard.
Florida's
He's
the
right.
hardest one.
Florida's
So
extremely
I kind of wasn't even. Well, once we go past Orlando, we're okay.
Right.
Once we go
Yeah,
past
because
Orlando,
the saturation thing's out, right?
Yeah. But down here, they have too many people walking into the
Every
store.
day. That's why you can't get a hold of me. Literally every day.
As I said,
So I just said,
we have
forget
gatekeepers blocking him.
I know guys that were line cooks last week that now have their own cigar brand. You think I'm kidding?
Right.
That's a true story.
Really?
A couple customers of mine wanted to tell me about their brand. Like, aren't you a line cook, dude? Yeah, I met somebody in the DR. Yeah, making their own brand.
And
no joke. True.
I wish he was
in my
kidding.
office, honest to God, in my office, once a week, somebody comes to me and asks me to import their cigars for them. And then after I import them, they say, well, you got this big warehouse. Can I keep them here? And can you do the fulfillment? And so I do that.
You do fulfillment too?
Yeah, because
so you're importing?
Because I make 15% on their cigars. They pay me for
He just
them.
throws out his
Look,
profit margin
look,
out there. I love it.
They pay me for the cigars.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Then I charge them 3 cents to import.
Yeah, I was saying, you charge them bringing them in, you charge them to hold them, you charge them to sell them. I love it.
I charge them to warehouse them, and I charge them to ship them, and they have their own sales force. So, why do I need to?
The headache is off of you.
If you only had
I have some big brands in my warehouse that I'm selling.
Right. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Wow, this looks like you had the perfect recipe.
Yeah. So what? I mean, why do I need to do this?
This
is my son's job.
I can see his aggravation.
Let my son do that.
Every time he looks at this, I can feel his frustration.
But you make great cigars. I mean, these are great
cigars.
anyone that's ever smoked these I've never heard a bad word about them.
No.
Do you know?
Now we are just learning. Remember I said it took me 3 years to learn how to sell regular cigars.
Yeah.
It took me 3 years to learn how to sell these. We're just learning how to sell these, how to get into stores.
I can help you. We'll talk after the show.
We're just
give you a
learning.
few ideas.
Yeah.
Trust me.
He might know some things.
We'll get you a guy a partner.
What was I going to say? So, do you know how many stores you're currently in?
No.
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 You're not too well versed in the premium cigar side, are you?
No.
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 But listen, the guy survived overnight in the middle of the ocean.
But he does
what do you
know
want
how
from the guy?
he does know how many cigars he imports every month.
Because that's what he loves. That's what he does. See, Tony likes making money.
And I like staying in my warehouse. And I like
controlling
everything.
Do you got a cool office like clubhouse in the warehouse?
No, it's such a mess.
It's a mess.
I gotta clean it.
Oh,
I have to clean it. I'm running from my house, building the house, back to my office, and frozen. We freeze everything at 13 below zero.
Before it comes in.
We freeze. Okay.
You freeze it after it arrives too?
No.
Okay.
When we load it at the port.
Right.
Okay. When we load it in the DR or wherever we're coming from, 40-foot container. We set it at 13 below zero. And I keep it like that for 7 days. And then I keep it in the port, which they charge me for it. I turn it to 45 degrees for 2 days. And then I have an 85 square foot humidor that's like a walk-in refrigerator, the 25-foot ceilings.
Wow.
And then that's 65 degrees. So it goes from 13 below to 45 to 65.
So you slowly bring it back up to temperature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to shock the tobacco.
Yeah. And then we palletize, we organize, palletize, and it's already all pre-sold.
Is your warehouse bonded?
No.
So everything you bring in your warehouse here, you paid the tax for everything there.
Yeah.
Long before it's sold.
No. Most of my stuff is sold.
So you're not sitting on a lot of inventory, except your own stuff, probably.
Well, I do have my own catalog of my own bundles.
Brands, right? So that's but your big volume stuff is in and out.
In and out.
So you're not holding on to it.
And then there's also the stuff you're also stripping out for everybody else that you're sitting on and but they've paid
they
got
to pay that tax.
They've paid that tax and they've done all that for as well.
First,
right, but they reimburse.
But they pay it. Yeah. And you marked it up just a couple of hairs.
But those companies, they all pay good.
You're a lucky guy.
Wow, that doesn't happen a lot in the cigar industry. That's one of those rare things you hear about.
Yeah.
It took 25 years.
Hey, if you don't pay, he knows people. All right, let's take a break.
All right.
And we'll come back.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more with Tony Serino from Serino Cigars. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Hi, this is Nish Patel from Rocky Patel Premium Cigars. I want to introduce you guys out to our Old World Reserve Corojo made in a Honduran facility. What a beautiful medium-bodied cigar. When you light it up, it's got a gorgeous white ash, and you get that sweetness from that delicious Corojo wrapper, a little bit of spice, and a lot of nuttiness. Go to your local brick and mortar, check out the Old World Reserve Corojo. You will not be disappointed. Again, what a delicious cigar.
A Toscano cigar is the perfect combination of American and Italian craftsmanship. Made with American and Italian dark-fired cured tobacco, Toscano cigars are produced by hand by the cigar rollers of Lucca, Italy. Smoking a Toscano helps you escape from the real world for those few perfect minutes, like when you're sitting at home on a terrace after a long day's work, pondering life and how beautiful things are. A Toscano cigar can take you back through over 200 years of history and elegance. There's only one Toscano. Available worldwide, Toscano is now available at your local premium cigar retailer.
Hello, this is Glenn Case, owner of Christoph Cigars. Smoking a cigar is all part of the experience. For me, there's nothing better than gathering with friends after an amazing steak dinner and smoking my GC Signature Series, paired with a fine glass of scotch. Good conversation and a few laughs is always better when smoking Christoph. Start enriching your downtime. Go to Christoph.com and click on the Discover Your Christoph tab to find the Christoph cigars that are right for you. Upgrade your downtime with Christoph.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust and its master ligador, Steve Saka, is crafting the very finest cigars available today. One such brand is his Todos los Dias. This liga is very smooth with tastes of dark chocolate and figs, with a nice sweet chili pepper that escalates in warmth as you smoke it. On the palate, it feels like a medium-bodied smoke, but it's lying to you, as the cigar is quite strong. From the first puff, there's no doubt of the origin of Todos los Dias, or that it's intended solely for the seasoned cigar smoker. Viva Nicaragua.
With over 20 years in the cigar industry, Eric Espinoza has done it all. He began in retail, became a sales manager, developed and owns his own brands, and today is internationally known as a manufacturer of top-quality premium cigars. Nothing gives Eric more pleasure than to be able to make his own cigars for consumers worldwide to enjoy. Experience cigars made in the Espinoza way. La Ranja Reserva, Murcielago, 601, and Espinosa Habano, and Connecticut. For more information, visit EspinosaCigars.com.
Hey, fools, how about a game of cutthroat? Your funeral. That's my kind of game. Arnold, I hope your pool playing is better than your choice of cigars. Here, try this Rick Loose cigar. You're gonna need all the help you could get. Hey, don't be stingy. Let me get one of those. Rick Loose. Wow, that's a good smoke. Now I can bring my A game. Hey, I think you should stick with that Rick Loose cigar and work on your B game, because you don't have an A game, and I know a little something about games. Boom. Hey, sucker, go buy yourself a Rick Loose cigar and do it today.
Awarded the 2014 Nicaraguan Cigar of the Year with numerous 90-plus ratings, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Cigar celebrates Tabacalera Perdomo's 20 years as one of Nicaragua's largest premium cigar manufacturers. Using only the highest priming tobaccos grown exclusively by the Perdomo family, the 20th Anniversary Cigar has a tremendous profile with layer upon layer of rich, elegant, complex flavors. Visit your nearest authorized tobacconist today and experience the masterful blend of these Nicaraguan puros. Now available in extremely limited edition pyramid size in sun-grown or Maduro.
Great and fun times are always made better with great food. Come experience the new menu by Rum Shack at the world-famous Spearmint Rhino in West Palm Beach, featuring exciting new and delicious offerings. Experience their 1-pound New York strip steak special for just under $15 daily until 10 p.m. Enjoy a fine lunch without breaking your wallet every Tuesday and Saturday from their $7 lunch menu. No matter the time or day, the kitchen is open till close at Spearmint Rhino, West Palm Beach.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Nice. Here we go. This is
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio. I'm Adam K, the Brewmeister. Welcome back to another exciting edition of KMA Talk Radio. With me, of course, as always, Mr. Honest Dave.
Good morning, everyone.
And Paul.
Hey.
Hi, Paul.
I'm in a good mood today. Got a fellow Paisan here today. We're telling great stories.
You got a fellow Paisan. I got a fellow Habibi listening to us on chat. We're all friendly.
Ronnie's on there?
Ronnie Haisha. He wants to come down. I told him he comes down.
He is the end of the month. I thought he was coming.
I don't know. I mean, everybody. I don't believe it till I see it.
I have him on the schedule.
To be on the show?
Yeah.
He contacted you?
No, we were in a meeting when you were on the phone with him. You gave me a date.
You better double and reconfirm that, man. Middle Eastern people usually
unless you get an actual
reliable.
flight confirmation number, don't plan on.
I know he
anything,
wants to, but you never know. I would definitely double and reconfirm that.
All right, I will.
Anyway, it's been a great hour and a half of the first half of the show. We're here with Tony Serino of Serino Cigars. Tony, thank you for being here for blowing our minds with the stories of your life.
Show.
I mean, wow.
I would like to ask you a question if you could help me out.
Okay. I'm here. What can I do for you?
You know anything about the new California OTP tax that's going into effect on October 1st?
I do not.
There's a new OTP California.
Well, we're licensed in every state.
Right.
And so if you get licensed in every state, then I pay the tax. But I pay it based on my import.
Right, because you're selling it. You're talking about on a wholesale level, right?
Yeah.
See, we don't wholesale California, so.
I haven't even heard anything about this, and I mean, I know there was the whole tax that was in California like
Frank
3 years ago.
posted some new reg about pre-market tobacco products, which it was like a 366-page document. I didn't get a chance to read the first 6 pages.
That's why we pay him as an attorney.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah. Well, it starts on October 1st, and now all these people that have been paying, their tax happens to be really high at 65%.
I know, it's absurd.
But it was 65% of my import cost.
Yes.
Now they want 65% of the invoice.
Okay, so the wholesale price. That's double, basically.
Yeah. I mean, how are you going to buy? What if you buy a box of Padron?
Right.
Okay.
No, forget about it. It's a $500 box.
Right.
Holy moly.
But now I also heard.
But you want to know what?
I also heard.
I don't feel sorry for them. Because it's a state full of people that just keep passing. They want to give free Narcan when a guy ODs 15 times, but people that are paying $300 for EpiPens, right? They're just so backwards. Anybody with common sense should just get up, leave the state. That state is just... number one amount of homeless people are in California, of all places. All right? I mean...
They got it too good.
Huh?
They got it too good. It's a good place to be homeless, I guess.
I guess, But, I mean, listen, 90% of the absurd laws begin there and work their way east, right?
Right.
And I find it hard to feel sorry, man. I feel sorry for the tobacco retailers. There's no way I would stay in that state. There's just no way I could stay in that state. Yeah. It really. This is the same state, I think it was Long Beach, got upset because the police department put the American flag on their door.
I did not hear this story.
It was a post. I made it on KMA. It was one of my posts.
Tucker Carlson?
Yeah, he
no bow tie anymore, but known for his bow tie.
He's not wearing a bow tie anymore?
No, he stopped.
Disappointed!
All right. But yeah, I think it was...
Love the bow tie.
One of the beaches in California, they were saying there was threatening or something, and because the new police department redid their cars, and there's a flag, background on the door. Yeah. So, you just got to get the heck out of California. Don't get me wrong. The litigation, Ohio just passed, I think Ohio just passed, you got to be over 21 now for tobacco.
Minnesota was in there. There's a couple of cities in Minnesota.
New York did that too. New York
Dude,
did
he
that
just whacked himself with the mic. Almost knocked himself out. That was hilarious.
I literally just knocked a tooth out. Wow. I did not know how I did that.
I saw it. I wish I had a camera.
It wasn't on camera.
He literally hit this and knocked the mic.
Literally went up to go like this and just happened to hit it like that. Wow, that was...
So, listen, from a guy who's dealing with import, excise, S-chip, the whole gamut.
It's scary.
Are you freaked out a little?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you have a lot of house brands now, and the supposed date now is May of next year, unless that was one of the things that changed.
Well, all of my house brands, they're from 1996. I'm not worried about those. It's the new stuff.
Right. But have you filed? Do you plan on filing?
Oh, yeah. No, I did. Yeah.
Really? You began the registration process for the newer brands?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And is it all under predicate blends? Is that...
Yeah, under predicate blends.
Yeah. It's just going to be...
Which the date for that is October 19th.
This year?
Yeah.
Then what's the May date?
October 19th is, the substantial equivalent.
I can't even keep up, man.
It's changed so many times.
It's going to be such a shit show circus, man. I really can't even keep up with this stuff.
It's just so scary.
You may have to get back into the video business.
Well, you know what I really like, because I've been building this house for 2 years.
Oh, I want to hear this.
I like building houses.
Oh, you want to be the house builder?
I wouldn't mind that.
You want to go get a GC license,
No, I'll tell my son to go get it because he reads 1,000 words a minute.
Your son reads 1,000 words a minute?
I sent him to speed reading.
He's a speed reader. So that works? Because I've thought about doing
that's how
that
we got
before.
Through college. I did that when he was in middle school.
Huh.
Hold on. This is gonna be a long show. When your son was in 6th, 7th, 8th grade,
I sent them.
You said to yourself,
Huntington,
"I need to go send my son to become a speed reader."
Because I could never read. I was the slowest reader, and I couldn't read books. I remember I told you my father didn't no education.
Listen, I get it, but I'm assuming at this age, because you told me you sent your kids to private schools, your son was able to read.
Oh yeah.
So you just figured that wasn't enough. I want to make this dude a speed reader.
Have you ever seen a speed reader in real life?
Yeah, it's like
it's the most amazing thing you'll ever see in your life.
A lot of shit amazes you, Paul.
I would give
Adam amazes you.
I would give
Also
I'll give my son a paper, maybe 2 sheets.
Yeah.
And I say, read this. Tell me what you think. Does it sound all right? And he'll literally pick it up and he puts it down and I start yelling at him. Everything I do for you, I pay you, I pay all your bills, I do this, I do that. You can't even read a thing for me and give me some advice. Dad, I read it.
Well, you forget he's a speed reader?
But I mean, it's just literally,
It's that fast.
he just looks at it.
Kennedy was a speed reader.
I did not know that.
Absolutely. He read 3 newspapers every morning.
Huh.
John F. Kennedy was a speed reader.
I would love to be. I think I'm too old to do it
And
now.
he's a good speaker too, because he took that in college too, public speaking.
So you sent him to a school where they train him. Do you know what his retention is when they speed read? Is
85%.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's mind blowing.
But he has a girlfriend that does the same, and she's like 100%.
Well, women are usually better at that kind of stuff anyway.
I didn't think that was a teachable thing. I just thought that people, it was like a gift, people had it or not.
No, you have to go to school for it.
There was an infomercial
How long does it take to become a speed reader?
Well, he loves to read books. I sit looking on Amazon every week, and I see.
He still buys hard paper books.
He uses uses your Amazon account.
Yeah, he uses my Amazon account.
What does he mean?
I've asked him, why don't you just use the Kindle? And he says, I have it. He said, but it's
It feels better to hold a book. I could get that.
And plus, he says he puts things
Notes?
Notes. And he said the notes on Kindle, sometimes they interpret it different when you try to look it up.
Yeah.
And especially if you try to make a note with a Sharpie on a Kindle, it doesn't really come back good
No,
later.
but you can highlight with a Kindle. But it's easier to find.
Wow, did that
in a
joke
book.
really just go over everybody?
Yeah, it did.
Wow, that's terrible.
Is it like, do you know enough about speed reading? Like, could you do it later in life?
No.
I don't know.
How long did it take him before, like you said, oh, my son's becoming a speed reader?
Well, I don't know. He stayed in college for an awful long time. he milked it. I mean, yeah, he milked it. He's such an easy person to get along with, and he went to St. Thomas Aquinas.
Oh wow!
And he milked them too. He knows how to get on the right person's side.
Gee, I wonder where he learned that from.
Listen, next time he's down here, you got to bring him by the office.
Yeah, he's a character.
Seriously, you got to stop by the shop.
Because the dean would say that what they did in St. Thomas Aquinas is they had all these strict laws. And when you got a detention, it was to help clean the football field, to help clean the baseball field. So there was, if your shirt wasn't
tucked in, hair below the collar, that's the same thing. Yeah, I went this.
They loved him.
You know what they called it at my school? Jugs.
Yeah.
Justice. They called it jugs. Justice under God.
Yeah.
Wow. When you got detention, it was called a jug. Yeah, you got 30
We're on
jugs.
a mission from God.
Justice under God.
And the detention was, clean do the football field, do the baseball field, do the soccer field, and he got over on it. They say, okay, you got 10 hours. He would go in on a Saturday if nobody would show up, and they'd say, oh, you're done. Go ahead, get out of here. But
he was just such a schmoozer. They all loved him.
In college, he wanted to play. My son played 3,000 hockey games in his life, and
really,
he started playing hockey and my daughter when they were 3 years old. And
your daughter's a hockey player too. All right,
that's the Boston in him.
So he played hockey all the way through college, and but he played baseball and he played almost every sport. But when he got to Florida State, he saw that one credit hour, you could get a semester of pro golf. You got to play golf every morning at 7 o'clock with a pro, and you got a locker.
And you got credit.
One credit.
Hey,
but he milked that for 7 years. Wow. he milked that for 7 years.
Yeah, a lot of people go to college for 7 years. Yeah.
They're called doctors.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul. All right.
Wow.
Oh, we're high-fiving.
So weird.
You finished the joke.
You're
That's
welcome.
the point. That's why you make the joke, so someone else.
You're making our guests nervous. But
He's making me nervous. I ain't lying.
So what's on the horizon for you now, Tony?
Other than retirement.
Yeah. Will you ever retire? I feel like you're one of those guys.
I think when he finishes his house, he may retire.
Listen, it's always been a dream of mine to build my own house too. So I kind of know where you're coming. I mean, you've done it before.
You'll
but
never
my
build
wife
your
and
own
I.
house.
Why do you say that?
Because your wife will build her own house.
Well, okay.
Giveaway. Just want to clarify that. Go ahead.
No, I want to get the house built, and I want to get my business back going and building. Because, like I said, almost every week somebody comes in and asks me to import their brand.
What are you building for?
Because I wanted it
to be on top.
How much more do you need?
You gotta coast eventually.
I know it's almost done.
Gotta coast eventually.
It's almost done. It's
Go
almost
spend
done.
it.
Huh?
You like to travel?
Yeah, but I did it already. I did.
Come on, the world's a big place.
You gotta go back to
I've
Italy.
been to every single continent. I've been to every
Wow.
continent.
Okay, listen to me.
Wait,
With
hold on.
my first wife. I haven't done it with my second.
Well, there you go. Why are you shortchanging her?
Hold on.
And every single continent is not that hard.
Yeah.
You've been to Antarctica.
Yeah, nobody counts that as a continent, though. You're absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm. I'm just throwing it out there.
Nobody counts that, but you're absolutely correct. It's a continent.
Yes.
But, I mean, the continent's a big place. I mean, come on. Go travel. Go spend the money. Go have fun. Have fun while you can still do it, because you know what's going to happen? You keep getting older.
I'll have fun in my music room. I really will.
That's fine. There's a lot of music around the world. Go enjoy some music. Go do something. Hit the road in America. Get on a tour bus. Whatever. Start spending the money.
Well,
otherwise,
I want to enjoy my house first. After
all right, that too.
And then
We'll come over. We'll
get
jam.
my business back on track.
We'll jam a little bit.
Because you want to know what? You remind me a little bit of my father. Don't wait till something scares you into enjoying life. Right? Because that's what happens. Because I know this mentality. I'm partial, right? The kids changed my life. I used to work 6-7 days a week, right? Then I had to cut it down, and I got to take 1 day off. Now I try to take 2 days off for the kids and do a lot with them. But it's a balance, right? But don't make that mistake. Don't wait till something happens that scares you and say, all right, work it that, find a balance. Get out. Spend that money.
Find the balance.
I mean, he did have fun as well.
I had a blast. I mean, that's one of the things. I've had a great time.
Right.
Yeah. Since I was 21. I didn't the first part. I had to work for my father.
Right.
That was not fun.
Right.
But
that work led you to where you are.
Yeah.
You know?
It did.
That's how you
It gave you the opportunity to be able to have that fun.
I have to say I've had a really exceptional fun life.
You got to write a book. That's what you should do. It's real easy to write a book today.
Yeah.
You write it up in Amazon. These companies don't make them until somebody orders them.
He'll spend 5 years writing a book, and then his son will read it in 5 minutes. He'll be like, that's pretty good.
Excellent. I still want to option the movie rights. I'm just throwing that out there.
You should write some memoirs. You should.
Yeah, just write the memoirs.
I mean, listen, we've only been talking to you for less than 2 hours, and it's been interesting as hell. Imagine the full gamut of spectrum of stories.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You should start writing a memoir. There you go.
Okay.
You can even find a
just give me thanks in the credits. That's all.
That's all he asked for.
That's all we really need. That's all we want.
Is Coop on the show today?
I thought he was going
because
to be.
his studios, the Serino Studios.
Was
he calling in?
That is
Did
true.
we miss him?
I'll double check.
Well, it's like 10 minutes left in the show.
Yeah.
He was going to.
Well, anyway, we can before we do that, or we can talk to him after we do the This Week in the Cigar Insane Asylum.
Welcome to the Cigar Asylum,
Did you know I'm utterly insane? We all go a little mad sometimes.
where logic and reason cease to exist.
This Week in the Cigar Insane Asylum, brought to you by California Asylum Cigars.
I just want to say, though, this is like my favorite caption contest of all time.
You got to hold it down.
This is like my favorite caption contest.
We'll post it.
It's hilarious. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's hilarious.
I like it!
It's like, wow. How did someone not, go to
Right?
market
The manager
development.
and say,
No. How does the market development team, like not someone in market or advertising, at any point go like,
wait, something's wrong about this.
Are we sure? Anybody?
If I was in,
were there no women on the team?
But honestly, if I was in that Target, I would go to the ketchup aisle. That's it. I'll pass on that. Pass on that. No more needs to be said, but I probably would. If I wasn't with my family, I
Such a
probably
child.
would. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Like, yes. Okay, I'm going to do that now.
Yeah, go find it and do it.
I'm going to go find it and
If
do
you
it.
do it, you got to take a picture.
Yep, going to do it.
All right.
I'll take a picture with it.
This, just poor Tony has no idea. This is the display in the local Target.
Walmart.
Or Walmart.
Some stores.
Yeah, wow. That's what I said. I said, wow, really? Is that real? He's like, yep. All right, this week, Jenna Evans of San Diego was sleepwalking on a Tuesday night when she swallowed her 2.4-carat diamond ring after dreaming she was on a high-speed train, and the only way to protect her ring from the approaching bad guys was to swallow it? Really? So I popped that sucker off and put it in my mouth and swallowed it with a glass of water, she wrote in her viral Facebook post that detailed the bizarre event. She said that she started to come to realize what she was doing, but then I just assumed it was too a dream. Because who actually swallows their engagement ring? So I went back to sleep. When she woke up the next morning, she noticed her ring was missing from her finger. Can we turn that music down a little bit, man? It's starting to freak me out a little bit. Man, it was like repeating in my head. I couldn't read. Yeah, you got to tone it down a little bit when I start reading. Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I thought it sounded good. But...
Right. So she woke up the next morning, noticed her ring was missing, and alerted her fiancé, who was skeptical at first. The couple then went to an urgent care clinic where an x-ray of her stomach confirmed the jewel's location. Doctors then referred her to a gastroenterologist, who then advised that she have an emergency upper endoscopy performed to retrieve it. As for her ring, her fiancé has since given it back to her to wear, and she says she doesn't expect it to happen again soon. Yeah, congratulations, Mrs. Evans. You are definitely this week's inductee into the Cigar Game Asylum. Who swallows a ring? I can't imagine that'd be too comfortable.
And
I can't swallow a gel cap pill.
Well, no.
sometimes.
While asleep.
Yeah.
And
while sleeping.
they showed there. If
poured
you
a
click
glass
the
of
link,
water.
there are X-rays that
Oh,
show
yeah.
the ring in her
That's
stomach.
I don't think she
hilarious.
actually had the water is the real thing. She just
No,
imagined.
she just swallowed it.
She just swallowed it. She
Jeez.
didn't even have water. She just swallowed it and imagined she had water.
I would have just waited for it.
I bet you never swallowed a diamond ring, Tony.
No,
you
I never
just
did
floated
that.
in the ocean for 24 hours. Yeah, you try
He-
swallowing a diamond ring.
It wasn't a diamond ring, but he swallowed a couple gold bars because he had to hide them when he was flying back on the plane. So, I mean, whatever.
You were talking about Tony. I thought you were talking about the girl. That's funny.
That was the most best spit take I think I've ever
I was
seen.
waiting for that story.
Please tell me you had that on camera.
That was
Oh, and by
great.
the way, Colin said that Carson was on the show with you when you came in last time.
He was.
So, well, if you want to listen to that episode, it is actually
Do you know it? I'd be
yeah,
impressed.
I have it right here. It's August 13th episode 217 in 2016. So that's probably before I was here, right, Adam? Was I here in 2016? I don't
try
think
to
so.
block out the date we hired you.
So if you want to listen back to when Tony and his son were on,
No, you
That was
would have.
episode
You got hired in
217.
July of 16. So
yeah. So anyway, that was just a little known fact for you. But this was an amazing episode. Like,
Yeah, a lot of our fans here have really enjoyed it. Randy Bush from Kentucky says it was a pleasure to meet you on KMA, and you were a joy, my friend. So it seems like a lot of the guys who actually tuned in really enjoyed the show. I mean, I enjoyed it. This is an amazing show. I can't believe we had you on the show before and we didn't discuss any of this stuff. So I think we need to do another show with them down the road. I bet you
Absolutely.
There's a lot more stories there.
Which brings up my next question: is like, Tony, how many more stories
Yeah.
do you have?
Can we
didn't
fill another
touch on?
episode?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I
we
mean,
could.
okay, could you tease forward the best story you didn't tell us today?
He's so weird today.
He's such a
Thank you.
Can you tease forward the best
That's-
story?
for when you're on the show in 6
For
months.
when you're on the show 8 months from now?
Yeah.
That's good radio content.
No,
that's getting people to come back.
If he's on next week.
Yeah, not for 8 months or 6 months when he's available again. I mean, listen,
Let's
we'd
just
love to have you on
Yeah.
with Carson and talk to you a little bit more about
See how
it.
the house is coming.
We're gonna hopefully
We'll
well,
have some pictures.
Will it be
Maybe
done by then or
my-
what?
Maybe my new Taino will be ready.
Oh, the new one that you're working on. That's right. That's what's big. That's coming
all
out.
the boxes were done. We had them, but we just didn't.
You were going to release them at the show and decided not to, yeah?
Well, he made us. He made the wrong cigar. He put the band on the wrong cigar.
I like Tony, man. He just tells it. Man. He made the wrong cigar. We didn't release it. He made the wrong
I
cigar.
got the boxes. Everything's packed, and
I make 23.4% on them. That's great. Yeah, my son uses my Amazon account. He just said it. You don't care. I love it.
I don't use my own Amazon account either, and I'm 36 years old, so. Or my own Netflix account.
Everything of mine.
Whose do you use?
Different people's. So my Netflix account is my old roommate from New York from years ago.
Why?
Because he's like, we're winning here. He's like,
we're winning. You're
he's like, look
$9 a
look
month.
how many people. Yeah, it's $9 a month for the past 10 years. It's great. And Amazon is a friend of ours whose business pays for hers, so we use that. And I do pay for my own Disney Plus. I paid for 3 years in advance for Disney's streaming service.
That doesn't come out till November.
Yeah, but they had a deal if you're in the D23 fan club that they give you a free year if you buy 2 years. So I bought 3 years up front for like $200.
You're just weird, dude. You're really weird.
You're a married man with a year-old child.
And you're scamming Netflix for $9
I'm not
a month.
Yes! Well, I'm not scamming. I was originally on the account. It's just we don't live in the same house anymore.
Do you live in the same state?
No.
Do you live in the same part of the region of the country?
Listen to me.
The East.
And I'll say it now because the statute of limitations is over, but there was one point, like, I had 8 different locations under one DirecTV account. Right? All the receivers.
Yep.
Hush. It's really funny because it'd be like, we'd have to remember, okay, that one's the bathroom upstairs. This is the garden TV. Because when you'd have a service problem, well, which room is it? Well, I don't know, I got like 42 receivers. Right? They must have thought like I lived on a compound, right?
The Corleone compound.
But eventually you legitimize yourself, dude. You become like,
This is not my business. This is my personal life. What does it mean
matter.
legitimize myself?
Dude, you're an adult. You've told me how much money you make on a regular basis. You can afford a Netflix
I have never told you
subscription.
the real amount.
It doesn't matter. I've never seen anybody cry so poor like him in my life. You cry like, I might have to go on welfare next month.
Of all the things I ever expected, I never thought that you would not have your own Netflix account.
Yeah, dude, it's really shameful.
You'd be surprised.
I'm actually ashamed to know you.
I gotta tell you, I have lost some respect for you today.
I was ashamed before, but now it's justified.
I gotta tell you, this might mark you down another level in the friend level.
Wow,
Does that even count now? I'm not even a friend.
No. Now you're at the point where he will not go to Whole Foods with you and have a drink.
You're less than acquaintance. It might be less than acquaintance.
Wow.
Now. Yeah.
Was he a pal or a buddy?
He had lost after I got pulled off the permanent list. He
was never on the permanent list at my gate. My gatehouse never had Adam on.
Nobody in my family is on a permanent list. I would have never anybody.
The guy told me I was on the list when I dropped you off after we were in North Carolina.
Well, we got coaches and stuff. I mean,
I
would.
My parents have a house an hour away, so I have them on there.
My mother-in-law is not on the permanent list.
Well, I get an alert when they come in too. I don't know if you get that, but when somebody somebody on my permanent list gets let in, we all get text messages, so we know they're coming.
Then I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
But my wife's.
But there's no chance in hell Adam should be on that list anyway.
Go to my wife's family. If they were on the list,
you could invite me over more. That might help.
Man, he is really reaching out for friendship today.
Yeah, seriously.
He's not.
Holy cow!
I'm just throwing dimes, and that's it.
I'm throwing dimes.
Yeah, basketball term, throwing passes.
Oh, okay.
Throwing assists.
All right, who do we got next week? You got anybody? Are you doing your job yet or not?
Luis
Apparently,
Cuevas.
yes. And is that it?
Luis Cuevas from, we had an alcohol
Casa
guest
Cuevas
as well.
Cigars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Casa Cuevas Cigars. It's not a cancellation. He got pulled in another direction for a big meeting for his company. So Whistle Pig was going to come on with a tasting.
Oh, wow.
We just found out, it may have been last night, that he cannot. We're rebooking him, though, so that they can come on. But it's probably a good time anyway, because I don't think Adam needs to have a morning of drinking on the air right now. Maybe he should wait a couple weeks.
You should reach out to Jamie. He's got some Jamie Taylor.
From the beer company?
Yeah, from Lexington.
I just saw him. He was in the shop the other day.
Yeah, he was in the shop the other day because
he'll bring some stuff.
They just repackaged all of their stuff, and they have dropped all their price points, and they upped the overall alcohol content.
Now that calls for a beer.
Why don't we get Jamie and Evan Darnell? That way we can have food and booze during a show, and I'd be happy.
Evan Darnell is going to be coming on soon, but I think he's away next week. I've been trying to schedule him, but anyway, we're going to have Casa Cuevas Cigars on. It's going to be a good time, and we want to thank our guest today.
Yeah, Tony, thanks for coming
a very
on.
memorable.
Tony,
awesome
wow,
show. Thank you. Awesome show.
A very memorable
Truly
experience.
enjoyed it today.
So now, to close this all out, after the whole boat incident, do you now invest in shark repellent?
Did you wait? Hold on. Did you have any close encounters? Was any?
Oh yeah, there was little fish nibbling on us all the time.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden you'd see a big school of fish just jump out of the water.
Freak you out.
And we would say, well, something's chasing that.
Right. Yeah. But you never saw a shark.
No.
Wow.
No. It was good because
you wouldn't see
rough.
them.
It
they
was
just
rough.
So yeah, they wouldn't. They don't go up that high. Yeah.
It was really rough. It was 30-foot swells.
Did you guys throw up?
No.
Wow.
No, but
I would get sick.
But my eyes got all burned. I couldn't see for 2 weeks.
Wow.
From the salt water and the sun.
Glad you're still with us, Tom.
Yeah, I am too.
Very much so. All right, this has been an epic edition of KMA Talk Radio. If you missed any part of it, make sure you check out the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page. We'll be back next week with another great episode. Till then, and as always, keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Cigar Fairy's making rounds.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Keep it lit with KMA Talk Radio.